Guys. Hey, what's happening now?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's happening, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Yourself? Trying to
Going pretty good, man.
It never looks right
Shoot.
on my tablet. It just never looks right. I can't, and it's got a weird angle to get me in the middle. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, you're good, bud. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, though.
Good.
Yeah, but I have a whole list of topics for today, man. I don't know, man. Like these last couple of live streams, I've been like super excited about doing these streams because I, ever since I decided to like start kind of like going through like what's trending right now, and kind of focusing on like these hot topics. Like I like these ideas. I like the idea of hitting on the more important stuff. I love collections. I love the idea of talking wrestling and all that. And that's important to me. I love that. That's important to the channel. But going over this stuff, like I love that discussion that we had on Monday. And I'm really gonna enjoy talking about some of these topics. And I figured, like each live stream, get about anywhere between 5 to 10 topics of discussion. Maybe spend anywhere between, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes, per topic. Even if you spend, let's say, 5 minutes, have 10 topics of discussion. That's a good 50 minutes of discussion right there. And you can spend a good, amount of time talking with the commenters. You could have a good 2-hour discussion going for a live stream. So, um, I'm really looking forward to what we and the crew can come up with in today's live stream. So
it looks like we're still waiting for some folks. Maybe is Bum?
Oh, yeah.
So Bum's not going to co-host then?
No, he was going to meet up with some family today. So
what? Family's more important. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we got a few people. It looks like.
And BBA was entertaining tonight.
Wow.
Apparently, he's got someone a little bit more pretty than me. So I'm like, I'm like, come on, you got someone who has a more pretty smile than this.
Maybe if you shaved your face, right, you could be.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I did shave for him and everything.
You're a little less, yeah.
Shave my face, got a beautiful new hairdo for him and everything.
Wasn't good enough.
Now, and I'm like, come on, BBA. What pretty lady is gonna come out and do all this for him? Shoot.
Made yourself presentable and everything.
Who's gonna doll themselves up for that?
I cut my fingernails. Does that count? I don't know. Does that count as toenails? Yeah.
Man, I'm a grown ass man. I still bite my freaking nails. Like it's a lifelong freaking habit. I still can't stop doing that.
I never bit, but I do pick at them when I'm because that's why I kind of grew like a little beard. Like when I'm thinking about stuff, I'm like, what do I do? Or I'll twist. And sometimes I'm just fidgeting and I'll just be picking at skin or nail. I don't bite pick.
Hey, what's going on, Lily? Welcome to the show.
And then I get these little things on my finger, and I'll use this liquid bandage when I tear off a piece. And I'm like, oh, that's gonna bleed. And
it's just one of those things that's like I feel like it's like a nervous reaction a lot of the time. Sometimes I guess it's just out of boredom. Like
sometimes
like I'll just sit there and I'll just like pick at my fingers just because like I'll just sit there, I'll just like, play with my fingers or something. Or I'll just sit there and I'll crack my fingers. It's just
knuckle cracking. I remember it used to be a thing. Oh, you'll break your whatever, get arthritis or something. We'd tell each other's kids, but
what bothers me,
your neck. You ever crack your neck? I haven't done that in a while.
Or like when you sit there on the couch and like I'll sit there, I'll just be watching TV with my wife, and I'll just sit there, be cracking my fingers, and I'll sit there, I'll be cracking every last one, and I'll get to like the 8th or 9th finger, and my wife will like yell at me, or she'll grab my hands and like hold my hands down so I can't crack the last one. And I'm like, dude, I have major freaking OCD.
You can't do that. Yeah.
And I'm like, once I get to like that 8th or 9th finger and she'll stop me from cracking, I'm like, dude, I only got 1 more to go. I only got 2 more to go. And she'll stop. I'm like, oh my God, you're driving me insane. How are you doing this to me? Oh my God, like I'm about to explode.
She waits till then to stop you. That's it's funny though, because you say you get bored, but yet I'll on my tablet, maybe my phone, watching TV, listening to a podcast, and then I'll still be picking up my phone or something. Like how much more stuff can be going on? But I guess growing up now with the internet, you get used to, I don't know, too much stuff. And I work in computers, so you get texted, emailed, IM'd. You probably know from working on computer programs that too easy to get distracted by 5 things at once. And then you start wanting more than one thing. I can't just sit down and watch a TV program. I got to have something else going on.
Oh, absolutely.
Bad habit, but oh well. It is what it is.
So normally when I jump into these lists, I like to keep them in order, but today I think I'm going to kind of like bounce around a little bit. And let me see what we got here. Uranium. When was mom coming home? Funny. One of the topics I wanted to jump on first is
it works both ways.
Uranium cake.
And urinal cake. I don't know if that's one.
So one other thing I want to talk about is the stolen valor. And on TikTok, I keep coming across a lot of these videos, and I for like the last couple of years, I always get these stolen valor videos on my feed, and so it's not anything new, right? And
especially on TikTok, because it probably feeds it to you. The more content you consume,
yeah, and it's funny because I mean you could easily identify when somebody's not a real soldier. And usually in movies, especially if somebody's making like a YouTube video or something, it's really annoying because in those videos, especially movies, like their collars are always like buttoned up like this.
Oh, really? All the way.
And that right there is a definite giveaway, 100% of the time. If their collars are like closed up like so, they're right off the bat, they're not a soldier. Because nobody will ever close up their freaking collar. That's not even a thing. I don't know why in movies why they do that, but that is so annoying. And you will always see in stolen valor videos soldiers having their top collar closed up. So that's frustrating. Also in stolen valor videos, you'll see like rank. Like they'll always have like high ranking officials, like they'll be like sergeant major, but they'll be like 23 years old.
Oh,
or they'll be like lieutenant colonels, or they'll be like majors, and the guy will be like a 17-year-old, like or some stupid like crazy young, like what the hell are you thinking?
Been in the military since I was 1. Could you even do it now, like in 20 years?
Or they'll be like, oh yeah, man, I was a freaking Navy SEAL or something. Like they'll have all this rank and all these ribbons and like, dude, like, no. Oh, like I'll have like Desert Shield and Desert Storm ribbons and stuff, and it's like, dude, you look like you're about 30 years old. Like what? Like what were you, like 5 years old when the war broke out? No. That's inaccurate. So like
wasn't that like early 90s, 91 or something like that? 92.
Yeah, 91, 92.
Like 30 years already since.
Yeah,
sure? Oh, wow, you look pretty good for 50 or 60 or
so stuff like that. That's always annoying as hell, right? But I came across this one video. Actually, I just was watching that just before we jumped on, and this one right here bothered the hell out of me. So it was a private first class. A private first class was at this gas station, and he was just filling up his tank. No big deal. And this is why stolen valor culture is pissing me off. So this PFC, nobody is trying to steal valor as a private first class in the Army, okay? But if he was, at least he used a rank that was reasonable. So if it was, I give him credit for using a rank that was normal. He was wearing tennis shoes. Okay, he was in dress or not dress uniform. He was in a work uniform. I don't know what the new uniform is, like OCP or something. They look like the old BDU uniform, but again, it's uniform after my service. So the last uniform I had in the Army was the Army combat uniform. It's like the ACUs, but it's in like the BDU camouflage. I think they're called OCP or something. I don't know what it's called or something.
A lot of acronyms. I know the military's famous. Even at
Yeah,
work, we call them TLAs, 3-letter acronyms.
yeah,
We even have an acronym for the acronym. Yeah.
yeah. But
BDUs, yeah.
but anyone that's in the army now, hopefully someone can tell me what the hell that stands for. But
So what
I
should
mean,
he be wearing instead of
when I
sneakers? Some kind of boots or something, or is that
I mean,
traditional?
they're just no, they're just regular tennis shoes,
But is
and
that normal to see?
it can be.
Okay.
Now, there are multiple reasons why a soldier could be wearing tennis shoes with like a BDU, a DCU, an AC uniform, etc. Now, one reason is they're injured.
Oh.
If they're injured and they're on like a profile and they can't wear boots, they have to wear gym shoes. So that could be one reason. So if they're on profile, that is a valid reason. So this guy is screaming at him that he's got stolen valor because he's wearing gym shoes. This guy that's
Oh.
recording him is a complete jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason is, what if that guy's unit is doing PT, but they're doing PT in full uniform? That happens.
And then with PT, you can wear tennis shoes.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
PT is just regular physical training uniform.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to wear.
It's like a gray T-shirt with black
Right.
shorts. Again,
Did you
uh,
when you grew up in Illinois? So did you have PE uniforms? It seemed like it was pretty common in Illinois. Plus, also, I didn't realize when I grew up, PE is not required in every state.
well, I mean, when I went to high school, my high school, Lane Tech, they had obviously PE, but I actually had JROTC in high school.
Oh yeah,
So
they replace it.
yeah,
But
I
before then, we had. I think most of my was in Illinois, and it's kind of weird, but I guess not every state. You just kind of got used to. We had PE, and we had like Tuesdays and Thursdays were the physical fitness days, so you might run,
Mhm.
right? And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday would be the unit if you're playing basketball or football or tiddlywinks or whatever you're doing. But I think most of mine we had similar uniforms, right? And everyone in school had to wear like an
Yeah,
orange shirt and black shorts, whatever.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, our school colors was like myrtle green and gold. So,
Gold wouldn't be bad. Green
but
wouldn't be bad. Green and gold. Hmm.
but
So this really was a little different video. So I was thinking it's somebody accusing this person of stolen valor.
yeah, and it's funny. Like you look at him. I mean, everything is correct. I mean, outside of the tennis shoes, everything was correct.
But he's just filling up
Uh,
the gas tank, right? It's not like he's looking for a discount or a free meal or I
and
want to
that's
board first on an airline. I'm just filling up my gas tank, right?
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
everything on him. His flag was on the right side. He had a correct unit patch on. His nameplates were correct. Name, rank, unit on the right, name on the right side. U.S. Army on the left, right. So, rank in the middle, like it was supposed to be. Occasionally,
Mhm.
you come across like these jackasses that'll have like, I don't know, man, like some stupid ass random crap in the middle where the rank is supposed to be. Like, oh, what is that? Like they'll have like a US flag in the middle where the rank is supposed to be or something, or some
So,
random patch like oh, we got that because I'm airborne and all airborne get that. I'm like, oh my god, you people are so goddamn stupid.
I mean, at a
Do something.
minimum, wouldn't you look it up? Google it if you don't know.
Exactly.
I think
um
in this day and age.
and and they just say some of the stupidest freaking things and just
Hmm.
and you got to think that some of these videos are satire, like they have to be.
Or
Like
made up or set up or fake like reality TV. A lot of times it's scripted,
Like
right?
they have, like you think that they have to be fake because there's just no way.
They're creating content like you when you show your wrestling figs and stuff. They're creating content but making it look real.
Hmm.
Some of them, some I'm not saying they all are, but
But I watched that video and it just like I think that this guy was filming this kid just filling up gas, and he goes into his back seat. He pulls out like one of his dress uniforms, because he didn't have his CAC on him, his military ID, his common
oh,
access card,
okay.
and
Another TLA.
and
Citizen.
so he pulls out his dress uniform, like, and he shows him his dress uniform, and I'm like, if this doesn't prove it to you, then I don't know what can. I'm like, hey, it works for me.
Yeah,
So
just happened to be filling up a gas tank and having a spare uniform, a dress uniform, just to steal valor to look better in public while I'm filling up my gas
yeah,
tank. I don't know. To get
But
people to say thank you for your service randomly, I guess. I guess you could do that. Fishing for compliments. I don't know.
yeah, but
It's
there's
interesting.
this one guy. There's this one guy I watched probably on YouTube maybe a year or two ago, and he walks into a gas station. He's just wearing like regular BDU style pants, and they're not even. You could even classify them as BDU pants. I mean, you could call them woodland camouflage pants that you would wear to go hunting in.
Yeah.
And nothing else, nothing, no fancy boots or other uniform, or anything, just the camouflage pants.
So it could have been a hunter wearing their hunting.
Pretty much. Like if I wanted to wear BDU pants outside to go mow the grass, I mean, I would do that. And imagine
What did BDU stand for? I know you said before.
battle dress uniform.
There you go. We talked about it, I think, with your figures and stuff. Yeah, I just couldn't remember it. FlytheL. BDU. I was thinking like business development unit. What is it? Battle dress uniform.
Yeah, that's just like that's your green, brown, and black. So that's like what I called your woodland camouflage uniform.
Mhm.
So, I mean, to me, that was the most serviceable uniform because you stay in that thing, you're really not going to notice because of the dark colors. But I always liked the desert uniform, mostly because I felt like you only wore that when you went to Iraq. So I guess because of the scarcity of the uniform, that's probably why I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
But again, like the tipping culture, the suing people culture, the freaking what do you call it? The stolen valor culture. This need to call people out unnecessarily is absolutely freaking ridiculous. And that right there was immensely uncalled for and unnecessary. I mean, that's just one single instance, but you see it all the time. And some people, again, they're just trying to be internet famous, thinking that they're doing justice, they're doing soldiers justice or something. My husband died for that uniform, or I got a boyfriend that wears that uniform, and like, dude, shut the hell up. It's freaking annoying.
Of course, and what are the odds they actually have that? Maybe they're lying too.
Absolutely.
Like a stolen valor video, valor stolen. I know.
Yeah.
Like, an extra level. Well, for content, for clicks, like you said, it's going to sell. People will love stolen valor videos because it's for the troops. But, so yeah, I don't know what you call those. I guess it's not stolen valor videos, but they're fake stolen valor, not real stolen. Yeah, term for it.
And so I don't know who. What was it? Damn. Who is shit? I was just reading that one damn comment. Now I lost my damn train of thought.
Yeah, I don't know if they're saying fentanyl.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Is that what the fent means? I mean, you can tell by their name that.
But anyway, but we got a good we got like 5 minutes out of that, I think.
Oh, yeah, probably more. Yeah, 6:18. I don't know when we started, but that was just topic number one.
Yeah,
like fake stolen valor videos, maybe we'd call it. I don't know. Need a name.
But I got a good 6 or 7. I mean, I got that written down here twice. So I got stolen valor and I got that PFC gas station one written down here twice. So
2 different instances of it.
Oh yeah. So
I don't TikTok enough, really. Is that from TikTok that you got them?
Yeah.
I YouTube a lot.
I've been trying to go on TikTok and Facebook a lot more because I've been trying to get a lot more topics of discussion. So when we do these live streams, we have a little bit more things to talk about, and a little bit more important things, right? So trying to spark more conversation, especially in the comment section,
instead of just wrestling figures or other figures.
I'm trying to spark a lot of real conversation and not just have random people come in with, boneheaded comments and just, have real conversation. But then I get questions, comments like this, and I'm like, come on, guys, let's do better, people. Let's do real comments. Let's do real commentary. Let's do real discussions.
So have you done what they're doing? I guess they're going to random. I don't even know how they find these. Is there like a page at YouTube you can say, give me random live videos? I guess you can do that at Twitch, so maybe there isn't. Like, how do they
Why?
find you?
Well, I think they're just watching one live stream, and then when they're just kind of like scrolling through, and they're just, when they're scrolling through, they just come across ours or whatnot.
Is there a page that shows you a bunch of live streams going on now at YouTube? Maybe there must be. I haven't looked.
No, they just click on probably one random live stream, and then, or they're watching one live stream, they're just kind of like scrolling through.
But how'd they find you? That's the question. But it's clearly random.
Yeah.
I've just never done that. Have you done that? Going out and looking for random live YouTube streams just to see what's going on?
Mm-mm.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Now something does come up on my feed as someone so and so is live, and if I click on it, I can just sit there and I can scroll through. If I scroll through one live, it'll show me all the different lives that are
In the YouTube algorithm.
active.
Yeah, there's always an algorithm at it trying to send you stuff. That's probably how I found you months ago, whenever it was, looking at wrestling figure stuff. Might have been Latuni. I'm trying to think, because Latuni isn't as well reviewed, and I was maybe on the fence about whether to buy. That might have been why I found you. I don't even remember now. Because I mean, Carl Peterson reviews everything. That's got to be tiresome. Like, is it enjoyable getting a package anymore when you're ordering that much stuff? Like, he's got, I mean, his weekly purchases. I mean, he's kind of has to do it because now that's his channel. But man, that's a lot of stuff. I'm sure he's getting some of it free, or the viewers pay for it, and he's got Patreon and all that other stuff. But it's still, where do you put all that stuff in your home?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Latuni, man, I don't know if he wants me to talk about it because he hasn't yet posted anything, but he sent me the new image for the new Everest figure that's coming out.
Andre?
No, not Andre.
Because we got two Legion of Dooms in the Machos.
I
haven't seen anything on that Flair yet either. Like you mentioned it, I think he had the card back.
The tipping over one.
Yeah, he hasn't officially, I think, mentioned that yet.
Not yet. And I think I jumped the gun on that one too. But
that's okay. That's a pretty good idea, though.
But the new Everest one that he's coming out with, again, he only showed me a picture of it. So it hasn't been discussed yet.
Is it a new character that he hasn't signed before?
Yes.
That's cool, because I was trying to think of, it's not just another Flair. It's probably not another Macho. He's already got two. He's got two Legion of Dooms. Maybe an Andre, but you said no.
No Andre, no Macho Man, no Flair. A brand new character, and trust me, when you see this,
Everest,
this one's gonna flip out. This one is badass. What I can tell you,
you're gonna buy it then? Are you gonna? Yeah, you're on the Latuni bandwagon. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! So this is a character that you did see in towards the latter half of LJN, and
so hopefully he's going to come out with a giant as well, then an LJN style too.
Of
this character, no, of this character that he's doing the Everest of.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope he does both.
So this character did come out at the end of LJN and in the middle section of Hasbro. So I don't know if that is enough information to help anybody figure that out, but
I'd have to do some researching. But yeah, no, I mean, I'll keep it as a surprise. I already have a ton I still have to buy from him.
But it is going to be freaking amazing when it does happen.
I still don't know what to think about the Everest. They're just so comically large, but they're not rubber either. So I'm kind of like,
no.
But I got the one Macho. I have to buy at least one Legion of Doom. I will probably buy the other Macho, and maybe I'll buy the other Legion of Doom. I don't know. I don't know. But the one Macho is kind of nice, and I've seen a few people on Facebook. I'm on that one. I think you're in the same group. It's like a Latuni collectors group he started.
Yeah.
Like the BRG one I'm in, the Big Rubber Guys and stuff. I've been doing more on Facebook now. But a few people are posting like one of the large Machos, and I think one of the smaller ones and stuff. And it's like, well, you need to now get I think they had the yellow shorts one, and you can get each size yellow short, I think. WrestleMatic, Giant, and then Everest. So they could do all three, right? One in front of each other. Looking to do that. Hopefully he comes out. I wonder if he can do it. Well, he's probably signed Legion of Doom for more than just Everest. I'd like to see some Latuni Giant Legion of Dooms and see how they compare to I've got Road Warriors and Legion of Doom now, BRGs. I'd like to see how they compare side by side.
Heck yeah.
Maybe eventually. Lots of stuff.
You know what? So I'm just looking at this next one right here.
Another topic? That was our wrestling figure interlude.
Oh no, we could definitely get back to that.
We did both. Well, because I told you like today. Well, sometime we have to talk about the LJN Mattels again. Nice problem to have. But when I opened it up and it was the black card Hogan, I'm like, wow. So I've gotten more black cards than blue cards. They can't be that rare, can they? Or maybe, like you said, because we pre-ordered them. I don't know.
because they're all pre-orders, but I think once you get to the stores, if they ever happen to be on the actual store shelves, at this
Eventually,
point, I don't think they will at this point because
Mattel
uh,
wants to make money. They don't. They're not like Collect Major. You know how like
yeah,
Cardone and them, they want to keep them rare, so they jack up the price on eBay. Mattel doesn't care. They want to push volume. I think they'll keep making them until people are sick of buying them. I suspect. I'm hoping because now I'm thinking maybe I want blue mock as well, just
yeah.
because $25 is pretty cheap. Like okay, I'll take 3 of each. You know, I could kind
And
of.
if they're selling out as much as they are, why is Mattel dropping the prices to $15 though? That I don't
Yeah,
understand
was
that.
that a mistake? By the time I got to it, it was sold out. But it was like, was it a Dusty or Cena? Somebody posted on Facebook, and I ran into one of them too. And I'm
I've
like,
seen
why
Dusty and
15
Hulk
bucks?
Hogan.
Why 15? Yeah, because they can barely even keep Paul in at 25. Right? He's the
Yeah.
one that maybe you could drop the price on, but even he sells out periodically.
And
Right?
my buddy Mike, he told me that called up Target and asked about that, and they actually refunded him the difference. So he bought like a bunch of Hogans, and they refunded him on each of them, $10 for each of them.
Wow.
So if
So
he
are they
bought,
saying that the real price might be 15 then, or is that going
yeah.
to be a Black Friday price?
So like no, if he was showing like $15 and he bought them for let's say he bought four of them, and he paid $100, but the price was showing $15, they refunded him $10 on each of the four that he bought.
Hmm. I mean, at
So
15, I might even chase the stupid variants. I probably won't. It's gonna be too much of a pain in the butt. It's like, is this a different color blue? Is this the hot dog colored Hogan or this right? You know, the different skin colors. I'm like, and then you have to open them up. How do you know if the different posters are? I really don't care about the posters. Like I said, I'm not a kid anymore. I've left
yeah.
them in the packages, even the ones I've opened. You know, I left a post. I like, oh look, there's a poster, and then I put it back in the package for now because I don't know what to do with it.
Well, I wanted the Hogan with the Hogan poster with the whole new look on it,
But
and when
how
I
do you
opened up,
know? You have to open it
well,
up, right? How do you know?
apparently it's the black card.
Oh, okay. I thought they were mixing them into the blue ones too, and then you're like, how do you? Maybe that's
Yeah,
a different.
I thought it was all of them. I opened up the blue card because I didn't want to open up any black cards.
Right, yeah.
I opened up the blue card, and it was just a regular old blue, just like the original 1984 blue LJN.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the hell is this horse shit? So
It's
I
been
was
kind
pissed
of
off
a
about
little
that.
confusing because I don't think they've talked officially about the different blues. Have they officially? Mattel hasn't said anything, have they? That they're, to me, it almost looks like a quality control issue, but people are saying they're actual legitimate variants. To me, it just felt like maybe they changed the card back or the coloring or right like halfway through that, like, oops, that's too blue or not blue enough or something. Right? It looked like a quality control thing, but I guess people are saying no, legitimate. Or the skin color stuff, but yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. I
What's
don't know
Black
who this
Friday here?
was, but whoever said hi, I just want to say hello back.
Oh yeah, that is in a different font. I don't know, like maybe Arabic or something, or whatever the official. It's a little different. It's cool looking, but I don't know what that is. Oh,
So I want to talk about tipping culture
oh yeah,
because I mean this has been like a huge deal for like the longest time, and
yeah. What'd that cow do to you? Oh, that's
and
a different day. But yeah,
oh,
nobody
that's
thinks of
funny.
cow
So
tipping. No.
that's hilarious. But um, I honestly don't know what the whole deal with tipping culture is for the last several years. And I mean, to me, if you go to a restaurant and you sit down and you have a server bringing you a plate of food, that to me is a situation where I can see giving your server a legitimate tip, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's a situation where if you now go to a Starbucks drive-through,
Mm-hmm. They got the thing
I
there.
think about that. You go to a Starbucks drive-through, I don't know how much they're making, $14 an hour, 15, 27 an hour. Shit, I don't know. But let's say they're making $14 an hour. They're making, your cup of coffee, they serve it to you, they hand it to you through the little door, and you're expected to give them like a $5 tip through a freaking drive-through.
Yeah, they got the
Or you
jar there, or whatever, a cup. Yeah, for tips.
or you
Or on
walk
this receipt.
into the store and you order at the key and you order at the counter and you're supposed to give them like what the hell? Like how is that a legitimate situation where you're supposed to give somebody a tip. That makes absolutely no sense. Even if you sit down at the table and you're drinking your coffee at the table and you're drinking it in Starbucks, you're sitting down on your computer using the Wi-Fi and you're sitting there for the next half hour,
Write my
45
script,
minutes.
write my book, whatever you do. Yeah.
I mean, and they bring your coffee to you. I mean, even is that even a scenario where you're supposed to leave a tip? I don't think so. That's not a. I mean, you're serving out a coffee. I mean, what is it, like a quarter a tip? Come on.
Mhm.
But tipping Starbucks baristas at a drive-through does not require a freaking tip, in my opinion.
It's expanded beyond. I mean, part of the reason why waiters and waitresses get tipped is because that's part of their salary. They get paid less than minimum wage usually, right? They have their own minimum wage. So part of it is they have to live on tips.
Yeah.
But I can also see if they do like excellent service. Okay, maybe you can tip them. But most of the time, it almost feels like it's perfunctory, like you have to. Like I got my coffee and you didn't spill it on me, so here's your tip or something, right? And
Yeah.
it's already kind of expensive. I get kind of caught with that. Well, so like today, it made sense though. I actually had a coupon for a Grubhub. Normally, I don't get it because they're too expensive, and I couldn't get away for lunch. And I'm like, I want to treat myself, so I ordered some delivery. And of course, you tip there because I think they get all the tips. I don't know how much they make, but I mean, they're literally driving it to your house, right? Delivery, of course, it makes sense. Even if they're getting paid above minimum wage, you tip them. And I understand maybe if you get a fancy coffee that maybe if you feel inclined, like you're a hard customer, I want this, that, and you're very OC, and maybe it's hard for them to make. I don't even know what that even means. Maybe you give them a little, but not everything. And they really know that all you have to do is put that cup out there, and you're going to collect some tips you didn't before. Some people are going to be guilted into tipping. It is what it is, right? That's human nature. And that's why that works. But like you'll
Yeah.
see it. Are there some other places you've seen those tips that you're kind of surprised, those tip jars? Like you go into like the dry cleaners or something, they have a tip jar and
Yeah.
you need a tip for the dry cleaning too? Where does it stop? And of course, I think America, we're one of the few countries that even really has a tipping culture. I've always heard, like famously in Europe, it's part of the bill and they pay them above minimum wage or whatever
Yeah.
because of taxes and stuff. So they don't expect tips. I think most of the time they don't want you to tip. But I don't know. Do you tip them when they check you out at the grocery store? Like, man, you whiz me through right quick. Here's some money. The other thing that I see a lot of is the rounding up to donate to charity, which sounds great, but I don't know who this charity is all the time. And does the money? I'm so pessimistic. I'm like, how do I know that Jimmy John's is going to give that quarter to the charity they said on or whatever, right? When you're ordering, I get nervous about those too, but those work too. They're going to guilt you into all you got to do is round up, for the homeless or whatever.
You know what's funny as hell? 2010, my first contracting job was with Combat Support Associates in Kuwait. And in December, I got hired by Mantech. So I resigned from CSA and I was coming back home to Killeen, Texas. And so I was in the airport and I was supposed to start with Mantech in December. I was supposed to start like just before Christmas, but it was the holidays, and I ended up. So I was supposed to be home for like a couple weeks. I ended up being home for like 6 weeks, and I was pissed. So, so that sucked. But I got hired by Mantech. I was going to Afghanistan, so I mean, my pay jumped from like 50 grand to like 140 grand. So I couldn't be mad about that.
Yeah. You got to stay home for Christmas then, because it was 6
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah. I was home for Christmas, so that was awesome.
I was gonna say that's not too bad, but the couple weeks covered Christmas, but it was like up until January, February by the time they
I was like January 17th when I started.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, Rick?
Oh, there we go.
Good to see you, buddy. So, when I got to the airport, I swear to God, the dudes that work the airport in Kuwait International Airport, those motherfuckers, I swear to God, those assholes are on you like crazy. They
for money, for tips and stuff.
Yeah, the tips. The second you get out of the freaking taxi or wherever, like, I just wanted to know where the hell my gate was. Like, hey, you want me to take your damn bags? No, I have wheels on my damn luggage, okay? I don't need you to take my bags for me. I just need to know where my gate is. Can you point me in the damn direction? He wants to take my freaking bags. I don't need you to take my bags, but he's taking my bags. Okay, he's taking my bags. He's taking me to the gate. All right, fine, whatever. I assume I'm new to this. This is like the first time I've been this way as a contractor, so I'm not really sure what the hell's going on. But I'm following him. I didn't realize that I was going to have to pay him for this. And so he took my bag, and I'm following him to where my gate was. He takes me to my gate, and he stays with me. I'm there, and I assume that he's just gonna take me to the gate and leave. He stays
But
with me.
is he waiting for the tip or something? Did
Yeah,
you
I
already
didn't
tip
know
him?
this. Like
That's why
it's
he
like
was waiting. He was waiting for
it's
money.
like it's like 30 minutes later, like an hour later. This guy is still standing there waiting on me. I'm like, and then eventually the damn gate opens up and we start moving to pass through. And this entire time that and we're waiting, we're moving along through the line, right? And he's still there walking with me. I'm like, why are you still here with me? Like, why?
Well, creepy.
All this time, he's been waiting on me to give him a two. Eventually, he points to this little cart that the ladies in front of me are showing, and it says 2 KD. He like points to the. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't have any goddamn KD. What the hell you? What? So I reach into my pocket and I have like some coins that my roommate gave me like way back when, and I give him the coins that I had in my pocket. Like I don't know how much that was. 500 fills. I mean, what is 500 fills? Like maybe a dollar or two. I mean, shoot, I don't know, maybe.
Better than
Uh,
nothing. I guess he
I-
at least released the luggage to you. He didn't keep the
oh yeah,
luggage.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I assume that's
But-
what, because see, that's the idea is if I take your luggage, you have to tip me to get it back now. Not only do I not expecting a tip, I'm kind of holding your luggage hostage. That's why I assumed it was going to go. I'd be a
yeah.
little wary when
So
they take your stuff like that.
yeah, so like 2 KD is like what, like $6 or $7,
Huh.
and I'm like, I don't have any freaking KD on me, some Kuwaiti dinars.
Okay, I
So
was going to ask. You were in Kuwait. I forgot where the airport was. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and so I hand him the money, and like he just throws the money down on the ground, like pissed off at me. And then I see him later on, like bitching to some guys over, like pointing at me, like I'm like, I had no idea what the hell was going on. Like, dude, like you just took my bag and started walking, and like I didn't want you to take my bag. I just wanted you to point me in the direction where my gate was. Like I didn't even want you to. I didn't want your help like that. I didn't need you to carry my freaking bags for me.
And he waited around that long. I would at least take it, even if it's a couple bucks. I mean, why throw it on the ground?
Yeah,
Do you think if he gets angry, maybe you'll tip him more? I guess does that work on people? I don't know.
but I
Huh.
mean that's. But I just kind of think about that, and I'm like, this is why tipping culture is like so jacked up, because people have this expectation that
It is.
like people have to give you money.
Yep. I
Like
show up and do a half-ass job. You still have to tip me 15% or whatever,
it's
right?
like tips are they're not mandatory. If you do a good job, if somebody wants to help you out, as a thank you, that's great. That's a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you should expect. And it's like you go to dinner. I mean, I think yes, people should give you a tip when you go out to dinner. That should be something that you should do. But
Especially
it
because
doesn't have that
their
much
income depends on it, right? They are making less typically.
Yeah,
There's a different wage, so
yeah,
they kind of have to earn it. No, if they earn it, but now that's where I've had bad service before, but I felt bad.
yeah.
Like, so then I maybe only tip 15%. Or have you seen how it's kind of inflated? I think the default go to is now 20%. Remember, I think it used to be 15. So now a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be 20% now. I'm like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
even inflated. Admittedly, the math is easier, but usually I come up to some arrangement. If they did a really good job, you figure out 10% and double it gives you 20, and maybe you round up to, right? If they did a good job.
Yeah.
But if they did a bad job, you should tip poorly. But I can't find myself doing that. I feel bad because I'm like, if I know it's a job that doesn't get paid a reasonable salary, right? If they're a barista at Starbucks, then of course they're getting paid
Like
at least
like
minimum wage.
like this right here. While my wife was doing her physical therapy yesterday,
Hmm.
I ran in and got a haircut because my
Oh,
wife
yeah.
insisted on it. And haircut was cheap. I was thinking it was like a $50 haircut, and it was $20. And I don't think of haircuts as something that requires a tip. I mean, it's a haircut. Why would you tip a haircut? To me, that's foreign. But my wife's like, you need to tip your hairdresser." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, fine."
Right.
So I it asked for a tip when I was making the payment. I'm like, 5, 7 custom. I'm like, or 10. I'm like, I don't know, $10. So I left a
Hmm.
$10 tip.
Wow, that's nice.
And I'm like, okay. Then I look at it, I'm like, okay, damn, that's a 50% tip right there.
I would have
I'm
left
like,
the 5.
and I'm like, shit. I'm like, yeah, I should have done that. I mean, that would have still been a 25% tip.
Yeah.
But
It is
um
weird though. That is something I cut my own hair now. I have for years with it, like because I keep it short, so I just electric clippers, right? Um, But when I did, it was one of those things. I'm pretty sure they make a minimum wage or higher, but you just kind of got used to tipping because I guess the people before you did. I don't, that is a weird one. Hairdress. Well, I guess it could be important if you get like a certain hairstyle.
yeah.
Typically, men or typically women. I guess some men, but as you can tell, I don't really care. I keep it all the same. But like if you do a certain hairstyle and you do a good job, then I guess it's important for your looks. Then maybe you tip them. But it becomes, I think, everybody tips, or maybe I don't know. I've never had my face shaved, but you know how like for men they can do like the full service cut your hair and manually shave your face and look all good. That seems like a tip worthy thing, maybe. Um, but I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to know. What you hate though is those people like you had the person in the airport, where they just kind of take over instead of like asking, "Hey, do you need some help?" And then if you would have said, "Sure, can you take my bags?" Okay, now we kind of entered a tip relationship, right? Instead of just taking your bags and going. Um, I've heard that in a lot of foreign countries. That feels like a stereotype or a racist kind of thing, but
Yeah.
you're less likely to see that in the United States, I think, in an airport. But I've heard those kinds of things. Maybe in Europe, maybe they're tourists and stuff. They're like, oh, they take advantage of the tourists to get tips where you don't really need to, that sort of thing.
But the thing that also really irks me though is like when you jump on Facebook and you see like these posts that says, if you got a bill that's $127.36, this is what you got to do. You got to move the decimal over here. Then you got to multiply it by this number. Then you got to, times it by this number. Then this is your new bill, with tip. If you can't afford this, then you can't afford to go out to dinner.
Oh,
I'm like, look, if I'm a restaurant owner or a restaurant manager or something, and I see a post by one of my employees doing that, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire them because now you're telling my patrons not to go out and spend their money at my restaurant, and I'm losing profit. So
yep. And even for the people who can afford it, they're going to take that the wrong way and say, well, then I won't eat at your place. Right.
exactly.
I can afford
So,
$100 for a meal for me and my wife, but I don't. I'm going to spend it over next door or whatever because they
mhm.
didn't tell me what to do. Yeah. That would suck. And restaurants are such a hot, low margin business already, right? It's hard to make money, even the finer restaurants. Maybe it's harder there. You need all help you can get some of those days, I'm assuming. Mm.
So I mean, I probably give roughly 20%, and I look at the bill, and it's not exactly. I don't sit there and pull out a calculator. Okay, the bill is 20. The bill is 42.67.
But you can kind of guess, right?
What's it even 22? I mean, I go a little bit over.
Well,
So
like
if
you
I
said,
say,
like 127.36, so that's 1270 is 10%. Double that to 24, maybe 25 or 26, and you got your 20%. Right? You don't need a calculator. Luckily, 20% is easy to figure out. Maybe that's why some people, or if you if you said the service wasn't that great, I'm going to do 15%. Well, 1270, take half of that's about 6. There's your 18 or 19, and that gets you to 15%. Right? Usually,
yeah,
it's not too hard to figure that stuff out. But yeah,
yeah.
I have seen some people pull out calculators, and I'm kind of like, I feel like secondhand embarrassment. If you ever heard that, you're like, it's not that important. Can't you just in that case, I would make it. I wouldn't say the restaurant should make that case, but I'd say like if you really have to make sure you get 15% exactly or 20% exactly, maybe go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or something, right? You know,
No, like
maybe
I'll
you
look
can't
at it like
afford.
this. If let's
That's
say
what
the
I'm thinking.
bill is 62.37,
Mhm.
I'll just say okay, $62. 620 is 10%. So let's say 1240 is 20%.
Yeah,
I'll just say $15 tip. That's how I
perfect.
would do it.
Yeah, perfect.
So
Yeah, and they'd appreciate it because you're giving over 20%. I'm sure they get some people who only give them 10 or 15. And now, honestly, assuming that they did a good job, right? If they did a like an average job, then I could see okay, I'll give them 15%. I feel bad though because I've had people do terrible jobs. I guess you're gonna have to tell if you can. You tell if it was their first day and you feel okay. I'll be nice, right? I'll be empathetic. But if you can tell, it seems like they don't care and they're phoning it in, maybe because they worked here too long.
Hmm.
What do you give for a tip then? It's like, well, I know they. I don't want to make sure they can like buy food for themselves and stuff, but they did a really crappy job. Do I want to reward that? How much do I want to reward that? That's why tipping is tough, right? That I
Yeah.
would like to see how it would be without tipping, in like a restaurants,
Oh, absolutely. And
but
this
but
right here, this one, this one's kind of it doesn't really fall in line with tipping culture per se, but I mean, this expectation does kind of fall in on the lap of the man a lot of time, and this kind of bothers me as well because this right here, going out to dinner in groups. Now, I don't know how many people out there actually go out to dinner with a group of people. If you go out to dinner with family, if you go out to dinner with friends, if your group of people is 3 people, 5 people, 20 people, how do you split it? Do you
mm,
split it based on what you order? Do you split it evenly? Uh, if it's like a $500 check and there's 10 people, $50 each, how do you, I mean, do you split it? Oh, I'm a man and everyone else is women. I'm going to pay. I mean, how do you break it down? But like the video I just watched earlier, uh, a man was scrutinized for not paying a $9,000 bill. One man, and he went out to dinner with a bunch of women, and he was scrutinized for not paying a $9,000 bill. Somebody ordered a drink that was called Screaming Eagle, and that Screaming Eagle drink was about $5,000. Now
what?
this man ordered
What
a
the
cheeseburger that
fuck?
was $28.
Wow, what's in a drink for $5,000? Holy cow!
But think about that. You order food for $28. All right, throw out your $28, maybe pay 50 bucks. Let's say $20 extra for, taxes or whatever, maybe a tip, 50 bucks and walk out. Let them let them decide up among them who's going to pay the remaining balance so that I mean, it's being
Okay.
mad at someone because they won't cover a 9,000. Who the hell's got finances to pay a $9,000 bill?
I mean, somebody orders a $5,000 drink on somebody else's dime, unless everyone's ordering $5,000 drinks and they're like Warren Buffett or something. I mean, it's clearly an outlier. If the total bill is 9 grand, they spent half of that on one drink. No one should pay for that. I don't really care who you are. But I mean, most places can split the bill. Okay, no, I'll take just mine, right? The waiter or wait staff, they know they can just split it. Oh, yeah, I had the hamburger and the Coke, right? That's all I'll pay for, and I'll give you the tip separately. Unless it's a small group, like if it's 3 or 4 of us, okay, maybe one of us takes the bill and we share. Next time I'll pay for it, and the next time they'll pay for it, and then whatever. But something like that would be ridiculous. And anymore, we're getting better with equality. I think there's still some numbers that say maybe women on average are in less than men, but most women can pay their own way. I think they would tell you that too, right? So we don't need to play that sexist game anymore. Now, clearly,
Yeah.
if you're dating, that's a different scenario. If it's just me and a date, I want to show off or be chivalrous or whatever. Okay, but then next date maybe she will do it. No, if she has character, But that's different, right? This sounds like a big group. And the outlier of the $5,000 drink, was she the one that complained? I would,
It
I would bet,
guess
right, money?
I guess it was a group of women, that was at the table. I guess all of them were complaining that, he wouldn't pay for the 9,000 pay the whole balance of the $9,000. Now, when I looked it up,
Drink.
apparently the Screaming Eagle, they start around $4 or $5,000.
What's in
Now,
it? What's so special about the Screaming Eagle? Did it say?
I g it's some fancy, expensive bottle of, alcohol.
Dang, the heck is that? Like an old aged. I'm trying to even. Man, uh, I don't get. Wow. Um, That must have been the best drink ever. Is a drink ever worth that much? I mean, I like my scotches and whiskeys as much as the next person, but I still have reason. Like every once in a while, I might like, let me see how the other half lives. Let's try this $100 bottle or something. But that's where I tap out. I mean, at a certain point, it tastes like firewater, right? It just my mouth tastes like burning, as Ralph Wiggum would say. At a certain point, right? Is it
Mm.
really that much better? I can get a $50 bottle of decent scotch, 8 year, 10 year, whatever, right? Is the $200 Johnny Walker Blue that much better? No. I mean, I'd rather have 4 bottles of my 8 year Lagavulin rather than the $200 one bottle of blue. But let alone $5,000 for one drink. I can't imagine how that could taste worth it, unless you make Warren Buffett, Elon Musk level money, right? Then you don't care. If you're like Donald Trump and you have a gold toilet, okay, a $5,000 drink, who cares? But how could it taste worth it to like a normal person?
But you know how many videos?
And then I wouldn't expect somebody to pay for it. In fact, if I knew like we were going out for dinner and I knew you were
Yeah.
going to pick the tab today, I'd say I want to try the $5,000 drink, but bill that to me. I'll pay for that. Watty's nice enough; he's buying my hamburger, steak, whatever, some nice meal. But $5,000 is quite an outlier to require somebody else to pay for, even on a date. I'd be like, no, I'm paying for that.
I mean, this right here, this is a smaller instance, but this is what I'm talking about. Like 2005, my wife and I and one of my best friends, we met back in AIT. So we were in Fort Lee, Virginia together. And then, now we were in different units in Fort Hood, but we were still assigned to Fort Hood together. And like my wife and his name was Michael, we would go out to dinner together, the three of us. And because I invited him to dinner,
you paid.
I would pay for all of us.
Yeah, you invited. Okay, yeah.
And the next time all three of us go out, he would pay for all three of us.
There you go.
Next time I would pay again. I'd pay for all three of us.
That
would be perfectly fine. But you'd see times where, like, let's say, this man was taking his wife out for her birthday, and she would have all her girlfriends come with her. Let's say she have like 10 of her friends with her, or 20 of her friends, whatever, and they'd be ordering, steaks and lobsters, and the bill would come and it'd be like $1,000 or $2,000, $3,000. They'd be ordering all these, wines and drinks. It'd be like crazy expensive. Like I said, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth.
Mm-hmm.
You would think, okay, the only person that they should be spending money on or who shouldn't have to pay is the birthday girl.
The birthday girl, yeah.
But everybody should be paying for their own way.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they all think that the man, the husband that's treating his wife to dinner, because he's the man, that he's going to be the one that footing the bill for everybody. And I'm like, wait, what? Who the hell would think that? Who would think that a husband is going to foot the bill for all of these random women?
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like freaking out. And, this is an older video, probably came out like a year ago or so, but I mean, this instance is not new. Like, this is coming up consistently. And then you see all these women walking out of the restaurant and seeing this man stuck with, and this is something you see on a consistent basis. And why is this a thing where people think they can just get away with this? And how freaking crazy and insane is that? Where we live in a culture where, men have to foot the bill for everyone else.
Well, now, assuming that he was going to do it too, right? I mean, it'd be different if he said, I'll come out and it's on me. Oh, okay. But they just assumed that somebody else was going to pay their bill, him mostly.
Yeah. Now, there's an episode of Friends I remember watching like years and years ago where Mojo's like, we still have guys' night tonight. There's an episode of Friends where, so like Phoebe and Rachel and who was the other guy? I don't remember all the characters' names.
I remember my Friends as well, yeah.
But anyways, you have the three who have the less professionals, and then the three other guys who are the more professionals. They go to the more expensive restaurants. So you have like maybe these three who order like maybe a salad, maybe a cheeseburger or something small. And then you got like these guys who are ordering like, I don't know, crazy expensive food.
Mm-hmm.
And when the bill comes, it's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and they're trying like, split the bill.
Split it evenly, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like maybe, this guy's bill is like maybe $5, $7, and they're trying to split it evenly, and they want $50 from each person. And they're like, why are we trying to split this evenly? Why don't they just pay for what they ordered? And that's the type of situation where, like, why don't you just cover what you buy?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, again, why doesn't everybody just have their own check?
A lot of times it's that way in the modern day, but I mean, obviously they're writing for a TV show, so it probably is better. But I'm sure that's happened to people too. I can't remember Anymore, it's pretty obvious. Even if you tell them, a lot of times the smart ones will ask up front how we're going to do this, even before they take the order, so they can keep them separated. But the good ones can do it
Thank you.
too, because they know they don't want you want to think about that. We'll wait till after dinner, and then let's say, okay, how we're going to pay, and they're like, okay, us two together, them three, right? So really splitting it up anymore. I've never run into a problem where the competent staff can't do it, but yes, we got Ross and Joey. Looks like Mojo. I don't remember Friends as well. I think I was in college during Friends. And so, like now, you can, if you want to, you can never miss a show. But back then, I think it was pre-DVR even, and I was Thursdays. I missed Seinfeld and Friends because it was like a busy school night for me for some reason, so I didn't get to watch those as much. And honestly, I don't know that I like Friends well enough to want to watch it now. It was okay. It wasn't bad. Same with Seinfeld. I just haven't caught up.
Yeah, I never watched Friends back when it actually aired.
Now, you watch it? Is it on like Netflix or something? You can probably binge it somewhere now, right?
Well, I watched it in 2006 when I was on my first combat deployment.
You realize that was almost 20 years ago. Like when you first said 2005, I'm like, damn, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah. I was on my first combat deployment, and every Saturday the Haji shop would open up, and I would go in and I'd buy my bootleg DVDs.
Oh, right. You talk about that. Okay.
And I got like all 10 seasons for like $30, and I would binge watch that every time I got off work. I would binge watch the hell out of that show.
Pretty good deal.
And it sucked because I used to always hate on that freaking show, and I'm like, once I started watching it, I'm like, damn it.
You like
I can no longer say I hate the show anymore.
Yeah, and you can. I think people say they hate on it because it's so popular, and I probably did at one point. But when I think about it, I don't like Friends as much as like Big Bang Theory. But are they really that different? They're both the same kind of formulaic comedies. How can you say Friends is better or worse, or Big Bang Theory is better than worse? Whatever makes you laugh. So you know, as I'm getting older, I'm kind of like, well, for some people, Friends or Seinfeld was their Big Bang Theory. For me, Seinfeld was sometimes hard, and I didn't realize why until I watched. Have you ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No, I mean I know that I never watched.
You know what? So it's Larry David. I guess he was one of the main writers behind Seinfeld, not the namesake, but he decided to write his own show similar to Seinfeld called Curb Your Enthusiasm. It was on HBO, and you know how those Seinfeld characters are getting like the worst trouble. You've seen a few Seinfelds, haven't you? At least you kind of get a sense of it. Well, Curb Your Enthusiasm was taken at like till 11. And like Larry David himself would act in it as the main character, and he would get into such predicaments that it was almost like the food was too spicy or too sour. It was actually almost too painful to watch. I had to actually stop watching. It was really weird, and then it dawned on me, but maybe I didn't like Seinfeld either. It was almost like the positions they put themselves in were too spicy. The spicy would be the food term for it. I don't know what you call it in comedy world, but. It's kind of interesting though. I know Seinfeld was really popular. I don't know if was Friends or Seinfeld more popular. I don't know, but they were the same. I think were they on at the same time? They were the same night. What was interesting? You talk about DVDs. So I've mentioned that OVP podcast, Our Vantage Point, I think it's called. They do a lot of wrestling stuff. They also have like a free one called like acid washed memories, like acid washed genes, where they go through like pop culture back in the day. I've only started recently listening to it. And they have one about Blockbuster. And it was kind of interesting where they talk about, you know, how it was such a big deal. They go through like, well, who even started video rentals? Because that was a big deal. Back in the day, you know, in like the late 70s, 80s even, unless you went to the movie theater to see a movie, you had to wait for it to be broadcast on like, you know, NBC or whatever. Right. There was no VHS tapes. There was no DVDs, of course. That was it. You kind of take it for granted because now I think that's going away again. Like, remember when VHS got huge, and then of course when DVDs got huge, and people would buy DVDs like every Tuesday. I think was new DVD day.
Yep.
I know a couple, like my cousin or my nephew has a ton of DVDs, and his father does too. A lot of people still buy them, but now with streaming, though, it's kind of having a comeback. I think didn't Best Buy get rid of their DVDs even? I don't know if even Best Buy sells DVDs anymore, for instance. So we've gone like we've kind of gotten further away from that. Now you can just kind of watch anything you want at a moment's notice for the most part. It's kind of rare when you see something, you're kind of like, that's not available for streaming anywhere. I can't even pay someone money. And it's very rare that you see anything anymore. Old TV and movie shows, right? Well, like I think I had a coupon at Amazon Prime. I'm like, well, should I use this? I don't know, because I don't really want to own anything even anymore. I pay for all the subscriptions. I can usually find and watch. But it was the original V miniseries back from like 1984 or wherever it was. So that's just streaming on Prime, right? I mean, you can get all kinds of wacky stuff that, you know, you can only watch one and done on TV and hope that, you know, NBC, CBS or whatever broadcast it again later because that's the only time you got to see it. And they go through that. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of a decent show. And then they go through the Burger Wars. So they've got a few of these cool interesting, neat. They're a little bit younger than me, but it's kind of interesting to hear them because I only know them from their wrestling stuff. But I thought that I got a kick out of listening about, I forget, because then somebody, I think it was Sony, one of them decided to say, okay, let's try this. We're going to release all our movies on VHS, but this was before the market was huge, so they were selling movies for like $100 or whatever, and there was no Blockbuster yet or anything. And somebody in California decided, what if I just buy the whole library, borrow $3 or $4 grand, I could buy all 50 movies and then rent them out. And I think that's where it kind of took off from there, video rentals in general. I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And I kind of vaguely remember that back in the day before you bought a lot of VHS tapes, like if you did return the thing to Blockbuster or one of the rental stores, they'd say, oh, well, then we're going to charge you $200. I'm like, well, where do you get that price? Well, because I guess that's actually, the market wasn't there for selling to the home users, so that's actually what the studios charged for their movies back in the day. It wasn't a $10 or $20 DVD. It was like a couple $100. I'm like, oh, okay. And now you can just pay Netflix, what, $20 and stream all kinds of stuff. Peacock and Prime, they're all going up in price, but it's still, I could go and watch almost the entire backlog of WWE, for instance, if you're a big wrestling fan, pay for Peacock for 1 month and binge that. Netflix is getting pricier, but CBS or Paramount, whatever it's called, Hulu has a lot of stuff. Really the problem is, you can't have one anymore. Unless you're dedicated, like, okay, this month all I'm going to watch is Hulu or whatever. What if I have a hankering for watching South Park? Oh, that's on Paramount. Okay, now I want to watch House. Oh, that's over here. Now I want to watch whatever. I want to watch Stranger Things to catch up. Oh, now I've got to subscribe to Netflix. So it's kind of like you have all these cable channels again, right? This was supposed to free us from cable, but it's really, what's my cable now? I send my bill to Peacock, bills me, and Paramount bills me, and Netflix bills me, and Hulu bills me, and Amazon bills me. And maybe more. Maybe if you still have live TV, because you still pay for cable, don't you? You still have cable at home?
I pay for cable, and I don't think we've even used that darn thing. And my wife has every streaming service known to man, and I don't even think we. And most of the time, that crap doesn't even. I can't find crap on that stuff either. That's why I watch nothing but YouTube.
Well, and do you pay for the YouTube? What do they call it? Premium or something? The ad-free one?
I don't pay for YouTube now. I don't get premium.
Of course, do you use a different browser? I tend to use Brave. It looks like by default blocks YouTube ads. That's the only thing. I hate ads, right? I pay extra for the Peacock ad-free or whatever it's called. Do you get a lot of ads then when you watch YouTube?
Only if the content creator has monetization.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. So, you don't have ads turned on your channel?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, so if we watch you would get ads. Okay. Yeah. I never really thought about that. I just kind of assumed everybody had ads or YouTube.
Yeah, I got monetized once I started doing my YouTube shorts. Back in September. In late August, I started doing regular YouTube shorts on a daily basis. And
because one of the requirements, didn't you say you had to get a certain number of viewers or something to be monetized or whatever they call it?
Well, you gotta have 4,000 hours of watch time. Okay. So when I created my YouTube channel, I got 4,000 hours of watch time in the first 3 or 4 months. But it took me 3.5 years to get to 1,000 subscribers.
So you need that too?
Yeah, so you need 4,000 watch hours and you need 1,000 subscribers.
So really the shorts increased your subscriber count.
Yeah, so once I got to 1,000 subs, I got monetized. But the problem is I only get 80 cents a day, so it's not like I'm getting paid a massive amount of money. I get
now you can retire, but you already have for different reasons. But
yeah,
80 cents a day. Now you can afford to tip your coffee at Starbucks. What can you afford for 80 cents a day? I don't think you can afford much. You can't even buy a coffee can you even buy a coffee at a McDonald's for 80 cents? I'm not even sure. You have a potato head short. Is that English?
What the heck does that mean?
I don't know. Is it better to have a potato head long or short? Is that a data type? Is that 16-bit versus 8? I'm getting computery. Yeah, I don't get the potato head makes sense, but I don't know. The short throws me off at the end.
I don't know if that's directed at me or.
I can't tell because my face is so much larger. I have a big head, but from my tablet, I don't know if the phone would be better, but on the tablet, I can just never get the angle right, and it looks like my face is the whole screen, right? I'm getting closer. Hello, how's it going? I can never get it right because then when I get back here, then I'm okay, now you can't see me. Potato head short. But anyway.
But I think Harmon's been on our channel before, so.
Oh, here's the 67 thing again. Remember we were trying to look what I made up. I think I saw South Park on that, and I still wasn't it a rap song or something. I know I'm old now because I don't get these references.
Well, we tried talking about it before, but My wife told me, I tried asking her about that before, but she's like, it doesn't mean anything. Some little kids started saying it, and I asked her if it had a meaning, and she's like, no, that's the whole joke. It doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like something we would make up as kids too, doesn't it?
Uh,
But anyway, interesting.
hey, Harmon, try and keep things professional, bud.
Yeah, let me borrow some food stamps. It's interesting the people you get. I need to look at this myself. If there's I have been on Twitch before, and like their interface is made to like discover content. Like I want to watch somebody play a video game, if that's into you, so you can browse people. And sometimes I've watched the ones that have the fewest viewers, but then I get kind of bored. I wonder if YouTube has a thing. Does that mean you're never going to get paid? Isn't that really the definition of professional? If you get paid to do it. So Harmon Cardin there is never going to get paid.
All right, buddy.
What do you got? What other topic you got? What did we last talk about? I derailed the conversation, I'm sure.
Let me see it. I'm gonna have to delete this guy.
I mean, I guess at least it's not the usual call everything gay or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny how that's still the go-to for. I don't know how young they are. Maybe they're older than I think, but even as kids, we said everything's gay. This is gay, whatever. It's funny that that's still a thing. We just need to think of funnier stuff. It's not going to confuse our commoners for comedians, I guess. What's the temperature in here? Pretty chilly. Oh, it feels warmer than that.
Yeah, I hate doing that, but
oh man, we're a week out from Thanksgiving, aren't we?
Yep. I've been telling guys the last few live streams that I'm gonna have to start doing that because, I mean, I feel like this is supposed to be, positive live streams, and I've been letting a lot of, negativity slide in my live stream for too long, but I can't keep letting that happen.
No, I get it. There's a lot of riffraff out there, right? Riffraff is probably the nicest term I can come up with. Some people, though, tonight it's been pretty tame, hasn't it? I mean, we've had worse. Yeah. Hey, there we go.
What's happening, Ross?
Oh, good. Stop talking about Ross. He's here now. Do that. I've done that before at meetings at work. Like,
oh man,
stop it. Jeff's here now. Don't talk bad about Jeff anymore.
Oh,
right when you join the meeting too, you're like, oh, okay. They know me by now, though, so they know I make it up.
All right, so we got Valor gone. Yeah, we've got we got tipping gone.
Only 2 topics?
And well, we got the tipping gone, we got the stolen valor topics gone, we got the going out to dinner topics gone. This right here,
one more than 5 minutes of topic.
These topics are kind of intertwined. The need to sue everybody.
Oh, right, suing.
And this is what's so infuriating. So this first topic. A child had an allergic reaction after stealing a neighbor's takeout.
And they sued the people they stole the food from?
The mother sued the neighbor for $1 million.
I mean, you stole the food.
So apparently the neighbor, by ordering food and not immediately bringing the sealed bag with
they're saying they're negligent by leaving the food out on their porch or something and to let little Johnny to steal.
By leaving this sealed bag with labeled ingredients on the package in a shared space, she poisoned her child.
Oh.
Or he poisoned a child. I don't know if it was a man or woman, I forget. But this mother is claiming that this neighbor poisoned her child. First off, why the hell did this child feel the need to go eat a neighbor's food? I mean, were you starving your child? That's my first question.
That's a good
point. Secondly, Why the hell were you not watching your baby?
Yeah. How old was the child? Did they say?
I
Old
didn't
enough.
see the
Sounds
part,
like.
but I mean, I would say at least a few years old, probably somewhere around 4 or 5, if not older. But I just thought that was crazy. Um,
Did they
to me,
lose the case? Hopefully.
I didn't see all of that, but I think the
Yeah.
case is still ongoing.
It's amazing. And so, if lawyers don't want bad reputations, don't take cases like that.
Mm.
That a lawyer took a case because clearly, I don't think this mother or father went to the court of law by themselves without a lawyer. A lawyer took this case to sue.
Oh
Right?
yeah,
Can you imagine? I know it might be tough out there with the economy. We had some inflation and stuff, but are you that desperate for money that you're gonna? Yeah. I couldn't
oh,
imagine getting sued. I mean, it could be different if maybe I didn't. I even get nervous about that. What if you didn't plow your sidewalk and a kid was playing and slipped and fell like in the wintertime?
yeah.
Okay, maybe. But they walked up to your patio and stole your food. Yeah,
Hey Rick, I'm right there with you, man. And here's the thing. I'm gonna say this
that's
a little.
amazing.
I'm gonna say the same thing again later. But what the hell is wrong with these judges? Why are they not immediately throwing these cases out? But
Yeah, yeah. They have such a backlog. You think, oh, this is an easy one. We don't need to think about the facts of this case.
but I'm pretty sure you've seen these cases about like this teenager that got a haircut and he didn't like the haircut he got from the barber. So he went back in the middle of the night and busted open the door, went in and threw gasoline all over the place, got gasoline on his clothes, and when he lit the match, he ended up setting himself on fire and setting the salon on fire. And the mom sued the salon because her son was set ablaze. And
Unless the
apparently,
salon was sentient, how did the salon set the sun on fire? The salon
but
just AI is getting wild out there, isn't it? Making the salon burn themselves.
but
Wow, that's a
she
good one.
sued the she sued the salon owner for I don't know if he died. I think he survived, but she sued the salon owner for that. Uh,
Meanwhile, how'd the salon fare out in this fire? The salon burned down? I mean, who's paying for the salon? I would be suing. The suit should go the other way. That's an easy countersuit, right? Hey, your son just set my place of business on fire. Even if
yeah,
insurance is picking it up. And, well, actually, insurance, if they have insurance, will probably pay for the lawsuit. They'll sue for you.
yeah,
Wow.
and I
That's
already
amazing.
talked about in the last live stream about the or was it the one before on Saturday about the mom that sued the man that killed her children when they broke into his house wearing
Oh,
masks and had the weapons and tried to rob
yeah.
him.
Remember that. Hmm.
So I'm like, what's up with this suing culture? You got to sue about for everything, even when person A was in the wrong and they pay the repercussions. Now they're suing. Like what the hell? Um, so
Hmm.
here is two more instances I wrote down,
That's amazing.
and, and these are again they're hand in hand with one another about how stupid uh consent is.
Oh, like sexual consent kind of thing?
Exactly, but well, not really sexual consent,
More.
but consent in general. But yeah, uh, a man who saved a woman from being hit by a car while she was staring at her phone. She's walking, has
Sounds
her
about
phone,
right nowadays. Yeah.
yada yada yada. So she was about to get hit by a car. Um, so he runs by, grabs her, pulls her back, and pulls her back while the car drives on by. So she sues him for sexual harassment.
Oh, that's a good one.
So you would think with like good Samaritan laws that like why was this not thrown out of court immediately? So
Hmm.
I asked that question again. Why was this even like in the courtroom for even half a second?
Are the judges worried about getting sued too, or something for throwing out a court case too soon? Is it going to get meta? It's a good point, though. I mean, I understand maybe because it's a hangover from the Me Too movement, and so they're like, "Well, we got to listen to her."
Mm.
I mean, do you have enough time to feel her up while I'm saving your life? Like, who has the time? It was a split second thing, right? It's not like, okay, the car's going to hit her. Let me grab her boob while I save her, or something, or whatever. You know what I mean?
But
Do you have that time to think about that? No.
he didn't have my consent to physically touch me, apparently. But no, that's not even it. A
Oh, really?
security guard saves another woman
Like,
from getting hit by a train,
wow.
and she sues him for sexual harassment.
Same thing, huh? Because he grabbed her to get her out of the way. And
Exactly.
could you imagine if you said, "Okay, ma'am, this train's going to kill you in the next second. I want to make sure it's okay for me to grab you now. I'm going to grab you like this. I'm going to move you over here. Oh, you're dead now. Okay. Whoops." Famously, the last episode of Seinfeld. You remember? Have you seen the last episode of Seinfeld?
No, I haven't.
I forget exactly what happened, but they didn't intervene, and so they all four of them got thrown in jail for not being good Samaritans.
That's funny. So
It's kind of ironic what you talked about here. So would he have gotten sued for not saving their lives? Those two gentlemen.
that's fun.
I hope
But
not. But your examples make me think that maybe not there, but somewhere they would have gotten sued for not saving him. Probably.
but have you seen that TikTok
Wow.
video? I don't know if it aired.
I don't
I
watch
don't know if it
TikTok yet.
in 2025 or if it aired last year. But there's this girl. I assume if I recall correctly, I think she was one of those nose ring girls, and that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't want to judge people, but like if you have a tattoo on your face or nose ring, I'm kind of like, I know we're trying to get more like, okay, do what you want, but there's still that's going to limit your careers too, right? You know, I can't imagine some places are getting better at that, but you're not going to be a lawyer, or are you going to be a doctor even? Like, are they going to want to hire you? Do whatever you want. Like if I'm a computer programmer and you don't need to see me, then okay, sure, I want a nose ring and I want my ears down. Okay, whatever. But there's certain jobs that limit your career pool, your career pool. But do whatever you want. Just understand that a nose ring you might not get. Some people are going to judge you for it. And there's what can I do, right? Some people judge me because my face is a potato head. It happens, right? Wow. Okay, so she has a nose ring. Yeah,
But if
probably
I
more than
recall,
that.
I might be wrong about the nose ring, but either way, it's irrelevant. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
There's a video. He's like, I'm suing my parents because
Oh, good one.
I was born with, or I was born
Because they let
without
you.
my consent.
So that almost sounds made up. I don't know anymore. Doesn't that sound made up? Like you're saying with the stolen valor videos. That almost sounds made up. Like, is it? Can it be that ridiculous? I don't. I thought you were gonna say she's gonna sue them for allowing her to get a nose ring, maybe to tie it back into it. But no, for being born. What is her life that hard? She doesn't want to be born.
Like, like,
That was not thrown out immediately because, of course, there's no consent there. You're not conscious or alive yet. Even when I was born, I really wasn't conscious. Do you remember, like when you were 2 days old?
that
Really?
is the ridiculous world that we live in.
Hey, little fly, you want to be born? Like, even if you would have asked me, I wouldn't remember that. What had I said? I would have probably cried because I'm hungry or I pooped my pants. Right? I'm 2 days old. I'm a week old. What the? Yeah.
You didn't ask my consent for me to be born. Like, are you serious?
So what's the alternative?
Like, is that like? Please let this be satire. Let this be some kind of like
Please abort.
some kind of joke or something.
Please abort me. Is that what she's asking? Then
I
you
mean,
should have aborted me. Like, wow. Okay. Huh.
like
And that was not thrown out immediately either. You're saying?
I mean, I don't think that actually went to court or anything. I
I
mean,
hope not.
that was just some girl sitting in a car making a stupid ass video.
Okay.
But
Okay.
the fact that she actually made that kind of video just shows the stupidity of this world. Like, what the hell is wrong with the year 2000? What's wrong with the 21st century?
Yeah. Either she's that dumb or she thinks she can get views acting that dumb. I don't know which one's much better, right? She could be playing the part of being a dummy, right? She could be smart enough and saying, "Oh, I think this will." She's trying to create outrage videos, right? I'm being generous here, but that means she thinks there are dumb enough people out there that'll be like, "Yeah, she didn't consent to being born," right? You know, I don't know which one's better in that scenario, but yeah, I would hope no lawyer would take that kind of court case.
There's this TikTok couple, and I used to like the TikTok couple because I know it's satire. It has to be satire because the wife, she plays the dumb blonde to perfection. And I'm like, man, how does she
probably smart? She's in on it, yeah.
Yeah, how does she keep a straight face the entire time? I'm pretty sure the 10 million people that watch these videos every day, like, oh my God, I just want to pull my hair out. Like, oh, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. But like, Like, how do they know that we have 4 kids? What are you talking about? Like, and the husband's like, what are you talking about? We said in our last video we have 2 boys and 2 girls. Yes, but like, how do they know we have 4 kids? Because we said in the last video we have 2 boys and 2 girls. Yes, but how do they know we have 4 kids? And then they go back and forth like this for like 5 minutes. Like, she can't be this dumb. And or videos like so where do buffalo wings come from? Oh, they come from buffaloes.
That's a good one.
Oh, you mean like Buffalo, New York? No, like from buffaloes. You know, like from their buffalo flaps.
Have you ever seen a buffalo fly? Yeah, they can't. We took their wings.
The buffalo flaps.
The buffalo flaps. What part of the cow is the buffalo is the flap?
I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
They're generating content. I assume that. Well, I mean, there are dumb enough people out there, but I'm assuming they're generating content. Though it reminds me of a reality show. Was it Ashley Simpson or
Yeah,
one of those types that said? They remember that it was famous. They said "chicken of the sea" when it was tuna. I forget how it played out, but it was something similar.
Well, Chicken of the Sea is actually the name of the can,
Right,
or name of the company.
but she was playing as if she was like, oh, how did they get chickens out of the sea? She was playing like she didn't know it was tuna, and I don't know if she was doing that on purpose. It was like a famous a lady musician. I forget what. I think it was. I could be misremembering it, but you can never tell anymore. Like if they're in on the joke, it's kind of like I think of the analogy since we talked about wrestling figures, being in on it, right? We all kind of know as adults, even like kids probably know nowadays. It was they've broken kayfabe so much. I mean, they even have that reality show on Netflix. What do they call it? The WWE scripted or whatever. Remember how they kind of show you behind the scenes of WWE? Have you seen this? It's like a 5-episode thing they did on Netflix because Raw's now there. I think it's made up, but they're even kind of telling the audience, hey, this is all scripted, right? But as a kid, you probably were like me. You thought it was real. I remember as a kid, I thought it was real. I didn't think anything of, well, a pile driver would kill someone if he did that in real life. But so you're kind of in on it now as an adult. I still kind of sort of. I don't know if I enjoy modern wrestling, but I can enjoy old wrestling. I'm kind of in on it now, or like a magic trick. It's kind of like a magic trick. You really know David Copperfield isn't making this plane disappear, but you don't really care. Right? You're just kind of embrace it, right? Amaze me. And you're kind of like, oh, that was an amazing magic trick. How did they do that? And my best example is like Penn and Teller. They had that show, maybe where they try to get people to fool them, right? Because they're professional magicians. Everybody knows this is not real. I'm not really making this card disappear or whatever, but it's still fun and entertaining to see how can I trick you and how can I trick a professional, that sort of thing. But with content creators, I don't know. I can't tell if some of these people. It's like the people who think the Earth's flat. We have so much evidence that it's not, that I can't tell if they're trolling us or they're really that dumb, right? I can't tell if should I be in on the joke, because I know you've met some people in real life that are dumb enough to believe this. So you're like, it's possible she's that dumb, he's that stupid. Is he trolling me? Is she trolling me? I don't know anymore. And the AI's made it worse. My buddy keeps sending me this AI stuff of like ridiculous. I think the one he sent me was Mr. Rogers, Mr. Rogers, right? I'm trying to think of. Wasn't that the old? Have you seen Mr. Rogers on PBS? You know, I think that's right. Robinson. No, which one? Rogers. Now I'm getting it mixed up with the SNL skit. Eddie Murphy used to have an SNL skit where he had his own Mr. Robin. But you know what I'm talking about. But they'd have him. He was a real nice guy. Children's show. And they'd have him doing and saying the most ludicrous stuff. And it's all AI generated. But it looks like it could have been his show. So now we're going to get really messed up, with AI. You can create some really real-looking fakes or whatever they call it. I've seen a few. Then it was going around Stephen Hawking doing different things. You remember Stephen Hawking, the physicist? He had ALS. He was wheelchair bound since like the 60s or whatever. And they'd have him I think they had him in a wrestling match. They had him jumping off a diving board. It was all AI, fake generated content. In this case, he didn't do it because he's been dead for a while. But what's stopping you from doing it with people who are alive? I don't.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you get in on those magic tricks. I'm not going to worry.
But I'm seeing these darn videos, and I'm like, you know what? If that's what it takes to freaking get some freaking popularity going, get some monetization on freaking TikTok,
I could see that.
Becoming a freaking dumb blonde. All right. I mean, I'm already halfway there. I'm already losing my mind, 80% of the time, so it wouldn't be too hard for me either. So,
I mean, the formula is just one of you plays dumb. Maybe you play dumb, and then your wife play the straight guy, or get something, and you can
yeah,
do stuff.
my wife has
You
already
don't
told
be.
me that she wants nothing to do with my channels. She doesn't want to be on TV or on camera. I've been trying it for like years to get her to be on my YouTube and all that. I've told her if she and I ever made videos together, it would be freaking hilarious. Just having us have a regular conversation, we would get millions of views because our banter would be hilarious. But she doesn't want anything to do with it, which is a damn shame. But
He did. Hacker Vincer. So you can monetize TikTok videos and stuff? I guess I should have assumed. I don't TikTok enough to know.
Well, I can't monetize because I don't get enough views or anything like that.
But they
Everything
do
like
have a platform you can make money through YouTube.
oh yeah, people. That's why everybody's on TikTok because it's easy for them to get to monetize on TikTok.
I think I'm one of the few people who are on TikTok. And people send me TikTok videos, and then it eventually wants to install an app and create an account. I'm like, I don't want to right now. Yeah, I don't want to create yet another account or something. Facebook, luckily, maybe if somebody buy TikTok? Hoping somebody buys TikTok where I already have an account, and then hey, Chris, I don't have to create a new account.
Yeah, ever since I started creating YouTube Shorts back in like late August or September, I've started putting all my YouTube Shorts on YouTube, and then I transfer those same videos onto TikTok.
Makes sense.
So now I have both on both platforms, and I think I've also been getting more subscribers on YouTube because my TikTok followers also kind of subscribe to my YouTube.
You get cross pollination going on. The YouTube goes to TikTok. But if you notice, like Kyle Peterson, not to always mention him, but I think he spams his stuff like everywhere. I'll see like the same thing on Facebook and YouTube, and I think he has a Patreon. I don't know if he has TikTok, Instagram, right? Like all of the socials. I don't know if he has an app that does it for him, or I don't know how hard that is, but you basically spam it everywhere, right? Everywhere you can. I haven't thought about it, but like I don't know. Talking with you, I keep thinking, I wonder if I should make live streams and content. It would be to make money, it'd be just fun, but I don't know what I would talk about. Anything and everything. Talk about investing. We haven't talked about investing. We can talk about the stock market. Talk about sports. Sports is always good. That's why I open my figures. My investments are in the stock market. So I'm like, I could. Other than you got me on the black card. It's amazing though. I've ordered 5 LGNs and 3 of them were black cards. I'm not that lucky, am I?
And I just ordered another. I just got another Logan Paul in the other day, and I wanted to open them up, and guess what? Another black card. I'm like, damn.
See, yeah, I don't. I think. So I think, what do I need? I need a dusty black card. So now I'm like, what do I do? I wonder when they start appearing in store. I'm so lazy though. I always do curbside. Well, I actually have to walk into a Target and look for a dusty black card to complete the set. And then when's Series 2 come out? I haven't even looked.
I think March, isn't it?
This is a dangerous path. You've got me collecting black cards now. Or maybe that was the idea. See, there's your tinfoil hat. Give out a bunch of black cards for Series 1 so you get collectors like me on the hook. And now all of us have to collect black cards for all of them. And they'll start making them rarer and rarer and rarer. See, there it is. 40 chest. But no, I don't. It sucks because I finally got the Hogan. I pre-ordered it late because I missed both of the original pre-orders. It was just dumb luck. I got him. And finally they said, okay, we delayed it. We ship it. It's going to ship today. And so after lunch, UPS drops it off. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. And I open up and I'm like, black card. And I'm like, I don't know how to feel. I wanted to open them up. So it's nice that you got the black card, but now I can't open up Hogan. So I'm kind of like, well, okay. I should be able to find a blue Hogan sometime.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off that I opened up my Hogan because, like I said, wrong card, wrong poster. Plus, when I opened them up, I destroyed that card, and I don't like destroying my cards. I like to salvage the card backs.
Yep.
But maybe I could try to save the bio card on the back somehow.
You need to cut the bubble. I've opened 2 now, and if you can cut the bubble quite right, you can at least leave the card in place. Now, what I need to do is cut away the rest of the bubble, I think, because the bubble's ruined.
Yeah.
But I can preserve the card. I haven't done that yet. I need to do that sometime. Or maybe I'll just buy new blue ones and throw away the card, right? As long as I have maybe a blue min on card, that's probably enough. But I don't know. This is all pre-order, right? They haven't actually hit stores. I'll probably worry about it later.
We've been talking about starting a bio card collection for the LGN's original LGN collection.
Who is it? One of your regular viewers. Who collects those? Ross?
Steven Jr.
Okay.
So I'm like,
That's
Damn,
neat.
now I might just start a Mattel, as Jason calls them, Mattel Jans.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, it feels weird saying Mattel LGN, but that's what they search for. Mattel LGN Superstar. I think.
Mattel
Or Super.
Jans.
Mattel JN. MJN then? Can we say MJN maybe or something? Michael Jordan. What
Mattel
did that
Jan.
stand for? LJN. Did that stand for something? It did, didn't it?
It did. I don't remember
Yeah.
what it stood for though.
Michael Jordan something. MJN.
It's Michael Jordan something.
I was just thinking with the Mattel JN. I'm like, well, MJN. I've been looking a lot of Michael Jordan. You know, because a lot of people are. I think LeBron's. Do you follow basketball much?
Not since '99.
You know of Jordan. I mean, who doesn't know of Jordan? But a lot of people still say like LeBron. You know, he's getting near the end of his career. They're like, hey, is LeBron the GOAT or is Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
It's always gonna be Jordan. Come on.
Yeah. If you look at the videos though, it's kind of ridiculous. I think LeBron just now finally passed Jordan for most 30-point games, and LeBron played like 7 or 8 more seasons than Michael.
I thought it was closer to 10, but I mean, damn.
Like if Michael could have played, I forget. There's some. I wish I could remember, but there's a lot of videos out there that talk about like, yeah, you don't realize because the kids today didn't watch Michael. It's so long ago. Yeah. Is that my audio? Can you hear it? I hear myself.
No, man, I hear you perfect.
It's through my iPad, so like I'm hearing you and myself, and I don't know why. I don't have any audio. I've got it on my computer, but it's not on. Yeah. It's like halfway through, it gets that weird on the iPad. I don't know. No, I've got plenty of battery. I'm at 92%. I don't know.
You're coming in clear on my side.
But I hear it too. I just thought maybe it was me here in the room hearing it. But they did go through some of these videos, and there's some remarkable stuff that I didn't even remember.
Hey, Steve, I see your comment, buddy. I'm sorry, bud.
Hey, that's the bio card collector, right? He heard you.
Yeah. Hey, Stevie, we're just talking about you, bud.
Yeah. Talking about your bio card collection. I think 7 away. How many away? 7? How many LGN cards are there to collect? You probably know that. I don't even know.
For the original LGN?
Yeah. How many would you need to collect?
I mean, I actually just counted out this a few weeks ago.
I don't even know.
But I mean, I count 74, but that's because I counted a couple of additional variants. So if we got rid of those variants, additional pieces, I'd probably say 72.
Okay.
Maybe 71 without. I don't know if White and Redshirt Hogan had different cards though.
How many different LGN figures were there? It feels like I should know that, but I don't.
Again, because all the variants, like White and Redshirt Hogan, did they have the same bio card? That would drop it down. Did the white and blue shirt referee have a different bio card? That would drop it down. Did the red shirt and yellow shirt SD Jones have the same bio card? That would drop it down. So,
how many figures, regardless of bio, how many figures with the regular variants would you say LGN had?
With the regular variants?
Yeah, so
I count them as 74.
Okay. Seems like there should be more for some reason. I don't know. That's a lot, but I don't know. How many Gloobs were there?
Gloobs, 31, I believe.
Yeah, it was a lot smaller, wasn't it? And then Hasbro's about? How many Hasbro's? The 3.
94, 97 if you include the 3 Melways.
So nobody quite hit 100. Huh. Feels like there was a lot, but yeah.
So Rick says that there's a weird sound on YouTube.
Yes, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like I can hear myself, and then shortly thereafter I hear myself again. I guess I could always leave and come back. And it develops in the middle. Like we've been talking for an hour and a half, and only recently did I hear it.
I mean, I pretty much hit up on all my topics, and
here you were worried about do we have enough topics?
Yeah. I mean, I knew we'd have a good hour and a half show based on what I have here. So
I talk about random stuff.
Yeah, I knew we'd be able to hit up an hour and a half to 2 hours. So, I mean, I knew we'd make it.
Anything interesting for Black Friday sales? You looked at, figures or otherwise? Have you looked? I haven't really paid attention yet.
No, I don't think so. Not anything I'm going to be going for. I don't think.
I did see your favorite company. Unfortunately, I might have to spend more money. The Road Warriors on Black Friday, right? For Zombie Sailor, I might.
I was really looking forward to that stuff. I was thinking I might have to go for that. and Bum Shadows put up a photo of the 2-pack. I looked at that. I'm like,
They don't look good.
this is crap. This is horrible.
Are you surprised, really, anymore? So
I
with
mean,
the
no.
so you don't think they're going to look that good? I'm afraid I'll probably still buy them, but
Like on the back of the cards, I was actually thinking that Legion of Doom was actually going to be really good. I was thinking that, you know what? I might actually need Legion of Doom because no matter what toy company it is, Legion of Doom always has high quality figures. Now those are actually really good.
and they're kind of it's a different take on them. Matt Maniacs. This is the only
Yep.
set I got so far because I think everything else is on pre-order. But I have pre-ordered all the tag teams. Legion of Doom and Road Warriors are probably even more favorite than Demolition. So that's why I'm kind of like I might have to buy Zombie Sailors. I don't know if I want to. Some of their figures. This is Zombie Sailors Ash, and it's not too bad. That being said, a lot of them are kind of pricey, and I don't. They just don't feel like retro figures. But you consider them retro, right? They're different. I don't know what it is. Oops, there goes the stand. It's weird. It actually comes with a stand for some reason. I don't know any of the others that come with stands.
And the thing is, Legion of Doom figures in general, no matter what company, they always go for a high price, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking I might have to buy them just so that I don't have to pay scalping prices later.
Yeah.
But I've been burned by zombie sailors so many times before, thinking that these things are going to be so valuable. And watch, by next year, and maybe even this year, maybe this Christmas, those things are probably going to be selling for like $30 for a 2-pack.
And they re-release their sets too, don't they? Is that why Zombie Sailor? It seems like periodically they're like, "Oh, we're sold out, Ric Flair in blue," and then like, "Oh, here's more Ric Flair in blue." It's like, so you just keep making it. You're like Mattel. Is that what they do? Do you know?
Yeah,
they just keep making it, right?
Or they have an abundance of figures available. They don't sell out. They just say
Like
that they do.
Collect Major, they deliberately say, what does he like to say? The order is the order, or the pre-order is the order, or we're going to only have 500. And they even sell the prototypes and whatever, so they don't make them again, right? If you missed the first Demolition, that's it. You go back to the market. They try to keep their prices up. That hasn't always worked. You can still buy. I guess it probably depends. Like Ethan Page isn't popular enough. You can still buy him. I think if a Brooklyn Baller, you can get below $50. I think like Matt Hardy, maybe even Jeff Hardy, you can get 50, right? Some of them, even though they only made so many. Dusty Rhodes, you can still get. I think Macho Man, you can get direct from Collect Major. He's not that hard to get even, and he's maybe we're oversaturated. Maybe they made too many. Macho King, I think, is still available. So, but they do try to make him. He and Cardona and them are they're trying to make him a little more worth more. And it's working great for some because I can't get an Andre Giant. I missed the Andre the Giant sales. I wasn't in the big rubber guys when he was. I did pre-order the most recent one, the contract signing one, but I missed the other ones, and I would like to get them eventually. But I think the best I can see is like $100, and I'm not there yet. I don't want to pay $100. I've got the Latoonies for now.
And I don't think I ordered that one yet from Latoon. And I think the last ones I ordered were a bunch of Macho Man figures. So
you haven't bought the contract signing Latoonie yet, right? No. I haven't either, but it's not going to be until next year. You gotta. I found with Latooni, that's why I was asking AJ, could you put out like a timeline of when stuff's going to be available? So I can kind of spread my pocketbook out a bit, right? Because every time I go there, I spend like $300, $400, $500, and I'm still don't. I have everything he has, and I want to eventually. But let me know what's my next pre-order. What should I concentrate on? Do I need to? What's closer to being like on shore or shipping to me? Is it Everest, either now or never Everest Macho? Do I need to get that now? The Legion of Dooms, how close are they? Because those are kind of pricey, right? It's $150 or whatever it is for the pair.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to pre-order it now. It's going to be available. He's really only ever sold out two things: the Blue Macho, and then the special 3-pack of Andre WrestleMatics. You can still get them individually. You just don't get the discount. So I bought them individually to make sure. But I just need to prioritize this stuff, right? Like, what do I need to buy next? Like the Macho King I want because it's a different pose. But that's not till next year, so I can wait. The Andre the Sign, different pose. Andre the signing one, but that's not till next year, so I can wait. I don't know if I like the WrestleMatic Tito and Marty Jannetty, but I'll probably buy them eventually anyway.
Those I think were really cool. Those Remco style figures. Now he did offer me one of the prototypes of I think it was Animal for the Everest figures.
Everest.
Now, I don't know if because There's like an AWA era animal prototype that I think you only have like one of.
What size is that?
The 12-inch.
What is it?
The 12-inch Everest version.
It's going to be an Everest one, but I thought I saw him having one. Is it the one with like the sweatpants striped? I think it came with like a barbell.
No, it's
a different animal.
It's just like the regular Legion of Doom that would red and gold, except this one has like a yellow face paint, and so
Everest size, huh?
So he asked me if I wanted it, and I'm like, very well, possibly. I mean, if it's a prototype, I mean, I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, if not, I'll take it. If you don't want
it. Yeah, especially if that's one of a kind. I mean, shoot, I'll jump on that easily. But
plus, it's a Legion of Doom. You said it's animal.
Yeah, so, I think that was animal.
Double bonus. A great character that I think we'll enjoy. And a prototype, one of a kind. I see the Club Major folks. They sell their prototypes on eBay. Have you ever seen those?
I've seen
the sets. I've seen them pop up now and then. I'm like, I'm glad I'm a true collector because I don't care.
Like, I don't know if that's like random people from like China selling that stuff or
no, it's from their account. It's like they have a major Benny's or a Club Major. You can tell by the eBay account. They're selling them off because part of their shtick is they're not going to make them again, right? Yeah. If you missed out on Andre the Giant figure, that's it. We're not making it anymore. To their credit, right? Because Cardona wants them to be appreciating value.
Yeah.
And if you keep making them, they're not going to appreciate value. Right? It is what it is. If you know Zombie Sailor is going to re-release that Macho Red, Blue, or whatever it was next year, okay, I'll wait then. Right? Why pay the pre-order price? It's never going to be worth more than MSRP or whatever it is because you're going to keep making them. And that's why I think the Mattel LGN, the MJNs will get that way. Because Mattel, they're making up in volume. They're not super big on the collecting. Though, shout out, and I think Bum talked about it. Did you see all their retros are, for the most part, on sale at Mattel? They've got them at like half price and stuff for Black Friday.
For which ones?
The Mattel Creations website.
Oh, you're talking about the 4-packs.
Yeah, I think most of them are half off. Yeah, so if for anybody who doesn't have any Mattel retros, you can go out there and save a lot of money.
I told myself to wait until the end of the year, and I didn't wait.
No, well, I think the problem is because they do charge for shipping. So the last time I think I pre-ordered a punch or something, and I'm like, okay, since I'm paying for shipping, I'm going to at least throw in. I think I threw in that Harley Ultimate Warrior pack because I saw your review. I'm like, well, okay, I'll get them. They are good figures. But I paid $65 for them. It would have been nice to pay 30 or 35, whatever it is today. Would that have been nice? Oh, well. It's only money. You only live like, what, 3, 4 times, 5 times? 1 time? You only live one.
I'm trying to think. Did I order one of those or did I order 2? I don't remember.
Well, if you need a second one. Do you open those or do you keep them? Are these resealable? These are resealable, aren't they? The most recent ones or whatever you call them?
Yeah, they're resealable.
So you only need to order one.
And if that's the case, if I only ordered one, then I would have just hung up on the door. So
now it still could be a good time, and I see a lot of people, and I always wondered why, but I guess it's like if somebody comes along, and maybe all I do is collect Harley Racer Ultimate Warrior. I don't want to pay $60 for all 4. I just want the Harley Race. You'll see those on eBay. Maybe that's a good way to pick up a bunch of sets to sell off. I know you sell on eBay. Maybe that'd be you could take. Buy 3 or 4 or 5 of those and then you can sell off. The Ultimate Warrior is probably going to fetch a price. Maybe the Harley will. Who else was in that? Was Bobby Heenan in that or Virgil? Who was in that? No.
Especially if Warrior with the championship belt. Shoot.
Yeah. You'd be able to sell off the Warrior and maybe the Race. I don't know that a lot of race fans, but the Race figure is really good. But I might be in the minority there. There's a lot of Race figures. He must be somewhat popular. You see a lot of BRGs. The Title Run Toys came out with a Race. You only live twice, yeah. I always make that joke because the joke is you only live once, and I'm always like, you only live what, 3 times, 4 times, 7 times?
Yeah,
like I don't know the number. I can't remember what number it is. 3 times. But I always thought about that. I'm just too lazy to sell. But maybe like you sell a lot of stuff on eBay. This might be a time to back up the truck a little, buy a bunch of these 4-packs and see if you can sell them all.
Yeah.
If you want to. You're not going to get rich on it. I don't know if you'll beat your YouTube monetization or not, but maybe. I don't know. Right. I mean, maybe you make more than 80 cents a figure, but I don't know. But you can see that because I'm sure somebody paid $20 or $30 for the Warrior. If you get somebody to pay $30 for the Warrior, then the other figures are free. So you can sell them for $5 a piece or whatever, and then you made money. At $30, it's pretty easy to make money, probably.
Yeah.
Because what I found is, I look at these things and I'm like, well, why are you paying $70 for like the big rubber guy's macho and the pink trunk? I can go to Collect Major right now and pay $50, but people don't know, right? So they pay $70 on eBay, right? You're taking advantage of that. I'm like, well, I guess that's why. The Legion of Doom, I can still get them from Big Bad Toy Store. I think you have to get a damaged package for one of them, but they're still on the website. But you'll see people selling them both for 120, 130, 140 bucks. I'm like, who are the people buying them? Well, because they don't know about Big Bad Toy Store and maybe they didn't really look. Okay, fair play. But yeah, so maybe you can take advantage of that, buy them on Mattel Creations, hold them, wait for the price to go back up to regular so they can't buy them, and then sell them on eBay. It's an idea. No, it's an idea. I'm wondering if there'll be some damaged card. Since I've never been on card collector, I'm hoping for some damaged card sales coming up.
My own website, and one of the contractors that's helping to build my pool deck right now. He builds his own. Well, he's in the software business, so he builds his own websites and whatnot. And he says it's really easy to create your own website. So he says for like $300, he can build me a website, and I can sell my own stuff on my own website, and I don't have to worry about selling fees and all that on eBay and stuff.
I know AJ's in computers, but you might ask him what he does, because a lot of those sites go through Shopify for the commerce part. I don't know if Shopify includes like a website part too, but it seems like anytime Mattel Creations is on Shopify, AJ Latuni's on Shopify, Collect Major is actually on Shopify. They have their own website. You go to collectmajor.com, but if you notice when you check out, and I know because they have a cash program, 73 different model cards. There you go.
Super rare 89s if re-releases on the show, man, and Jake the Snake Honky and Acts of Demolition. And one of the guys I bought from I bought my 2-pack of the Heart Foundation LJNs. He is selling a black heart axe right now. And he reached out to me and asked me if I was interested. And that is one of the biggest Holy Grail items I'm looking for. And all of these freaking items that's right now that I've got going on, and I'm like, son of a bitch. One of the greatest Holy Grails that just fell into my lap, and I can't get it. Because that's probably going to go for somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,500 to $5,000.
I was just going to ask how much. Yeah, and that's a lot of pool deck or whatever. That's a lot of home project money. Yeah, it's tough. Can you get a layaway plan or something?
I mean, with the 2-pack of the LGNs with the Heart Foundation, that's what I did with him. Is paid him in installments for that. But and I know he would trust me. Do the same thing.
I mean, hey, maybe you don't give the figure until you pay it off. You don't have to give me the figure up front. Pay. I just can't pay it now. So I'm trying to get my deck finished or whatever.
But at the same time, right now, I just don't want to be paying large increments of money when I know I have other focal points. I mean, do I really need? I got to really set boundaries nowadays.
How much do you just have the deck left? Or is there any other home projects or big bills?
Well,
are you worried about?
The guys, the contractors that work with me, like he's looking around, my house, looking around the front yard and everything. I'm not very good at landscaping. I don't know how to take care of all that stuff. And he's like, "Hey, what do you want to do with these bushes? Like all these weeds that are like coming out of like the out of the bricks and stuff around the front of my house and stuff."
I hate that stuff.
I'm like, dude, I want all that crap gone. Like, I don't know how to take care of this stuff. They apparently do landscaping too. I'm like,
okay,
yeah, like tell me what you guys can do. If you guys can pull all this crap out and get this thing looking beautiful. Like, I really wanted everything. I wanted this whole entire stuff done by September. That was my goal. And I basically accomplished probably 85 to 90% of what I wanted by September. And if that deck was completed, like it was supposed to on schedule, I probably would have been done with everything. But the original contractor I hired was a freaking crook.
Now, it gets pretty cold where you live, right? Over winter. Yeah. So what you could do is prioritize. Those weeds aren't going to last. They're going to die off in the winter. Maybe in the spring you can say, hey, give me a springtime cleanup package. you can come out and de-weed and maybe trim the bushes, whatever you need to happen. So at least you don't have to spend it now. Right? Concentrate on. It sounds like they're building the deck now. It's not too cold that they're out there. You want to get that finished. Probably. That's your priority.
They'll probably be done. Like I said, I think they'll be done probably around. Actually, where are we at? Around the 20th right now, close to it. So I still feel like they'll be done around the 1st of December. And if by December 1st, probably within the first week or so of December. So
yeah, I just concentrate on that. The weeds they're not going to survive that well, and they'll come back in the spring anyway. So you can just remember that. And then in the spring, if they do a good job on your decks, they come back in the spring. I know they have like fall cleanup packages. Come back and do the spring cleanup. Get rid of the weeds, maybe trim the bushes, because I'm lazy too now. I'm old enough that I make enough money I can pay someone. And he did a really good job, but like bushes, I forgot to trim them this year. So here in the fall, he had a lot. He was out there for hours, but they look great. And so I paid for that. I don't mind. Cool. And I gave him a Christmas bonus. We're talking about tipping. He did a good job, so I gave him a bonus. So 2 different bio cards for Tito.
Red and white should have the same bio cards, so that's interesting. That's cool.
Tito.
Series 1 red shirt, white shirt, and 89 black cards have the same.
Getting tired, I guess. But I finally paid off my roof, so now I'm like, with Black Friday coming, I'm like, well, I'm in your boat a little bit. I'm like, do I want to pause it a little bit on spending the money on wrestling figures or whatever? Because then next year, I think the house is old enough. I want to paint it inside. And once again, I'll probably pay someone because they'll get it done in a day or whatever, and I don't have to worry about anything. But that'll cost money. That's probably my next project. And then my furnace and AC are getting older, so I'm worried. That's probably my next big expense is replacing. It's a time to sell. Right, mine are old enough that 16 years, I think.
Everything on the inside, I think, has been upgraded. That's why I'm kind of like focusing a lot on the outside now.
Oh, reset. This is that reset that happens, isn't it? Yeah, and it changes your camera. Because didn't you say like after
like an hour 45 in it or so?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Because here it'd be about an hour and 51 minutes. That's really weird that it does that. Is that a YouTube app thing? That is strange. Oh, anyway.
It only happens when I'm on the cell phone. Whenever I'm on the computer, it doesn't do that to me.
That's weird. Because it's such a weird like here it's 7:51, right? Being Central Time. It's just a weird. It's not like an even. We started pretty much at 6 or whatever. Your time, right? So I don't 6 my time.
Yeah.
So it's like an hour and 51 minutes. Like, why is that the special time that itself? I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go like at least another 9 minutes and give it a good 2-hour stream. So
see, you got to end on the even point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a fun little collection. I don't know a lot of people that collect the bio cards. To differentiate yourself there, Stephen. And I don't know, is that cheaper? Is that easier or is that harder? What is amazing is though that these people have kept these figures mint on card for 40 years?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is that next, the posters? I've seen a lot of people try to do that too. Was it Cardona or someone like that was talking about, I think ended up buying a collection of them from someone. So that really, jump started their collection.
I've got them. I've got almost. Actually, I have all of them. I think the only poster I'm really missing is an original black card Macho Man.
You want some deck money? Maybe Steven will buy the posters from you. Deck money tonight? No, because he's talking about posters. I'm like, yeah, some of them are hard to come by. I've heard are the posters harder than the bio cards? Is it more likely that you've kept the card and lost the poster? Is that part of the deal, maybe?
I mean, the bio cards got to be a lot cheaper than the posters.
Custom posters.
Like a Ultimate Warrior poster, for example. I mean, that's got to be a good $300 to $500.
Wow.
I mean,
where's this little poster?
Bret Hart poster has got to be a good $350, $500.
Dang.
I mean, I would say about $300. I would say Jim Neidhart's got to be a good $200 to $300. Hart Foundation tag team posters got to be a good $500.
There you go. And like Steven said, the most he paid for a bio card is $160. So that sounds about right? You're talking 2, 3, 4 times the price for a poster.
I mean, box band posters got to be around $150, maybe.
What? My poster isn't worth more than that?
I mean, I think the most expensive Bossman poster I paid was probably a couple hundred, maybe 150.
Bet you if you could get a Bubba Rogers poster, that'd be worth something. That might be fake. That might be fake though, if it's a Bubba Rogers poster. Yeah. So Steve was saying he spent $160 for Bio card was the most. Do you think it'll be harder to find this stuff? So like BRGs and stuff coming out now. I know some people are asking like $300 for a Chase Demolition BRG, but really, there are so many figures and so many things, and people are collecting them. It's going to be
Yeah.
hard to make these rare in like 30 years, isn't it? Don't you think? It'll be hard to command. Oh, you got the original Series One Cardona BRG. I'll give you, 800. What's the most expensive LGN? Like you said, that one black card was what, $5,000 maybe? Is anybody in 30 years going to ask $5,000 for the Cardona Series One BRG?
No.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, not for Brian Myers and Matt Cardona.
Plus, it's them. I mean, they're not Demolition, but even so, like the Demolition, their first Demolition that they released. Is anybody going to want to offer $5,000 for a BRG? I mean, there's so many Demolition figures. I'd just be like, nah, that's okay. I'll buy the other Demolition, whatever the heck, right? There's so many figures now to choose from. I like even Bum was saying, I'm just going to stick with retro. Yeah, good luck. How many retro lines are there?
Yeah, and it's funny. I don't even think that Demolition's even the most expensive Big River Guy figures anymore. I think maybe the Bloody Harley Race might have actually taken over as the more expensive figure now.
Some of the Bloodies. Every once in a while, I'll see the green Macho Man trunks. I'm like, it was like a convention exclusive, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying. I've got the pink one, and I like the Machos from Latuni better anyway. So I'm not. If somebody were to give me, maybe if they say, oh, I'll sell you the green trunk one for like $60 or something reasonable, I'm like,
Well, the Green Macho Man I picked up, I think I paid like 130 for that one.
yeah. See, that's the problem. You have to pay a lot for them, and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather spend $130 on more Latunis or something. You got to have your priorities, right?
Do you think some people are really hand-putting among us?
Hey, Steven's got 2 of my bio cards. Awesome.
Uh,
No, I do think life exists. The universe is so big, it's incomprehensibly big that there's some kind of life forms out there. But the universe is also incredibly big. It is hard to travel. I don't think anyone's ever going to visit us. There's so many reasons why it never happened. How would you find us? How would we find them? We've been looking for alien life for, what? I don't even know how long. And a part of it is the universe. I mean, you talk about like the light from the nearest star, isn't it like Alpha Centauri? It's like 3 or 4 light years, I think. I could be making this up. You know how far that is? It's so far they had to invent light year as a measure of distance. That's the distance light travels in 3 or 4 years. You know how quick light is? Hit the light switch in your room. It's instant, pretty much, right? There is a speed limit. I mean, famously, that's how Einstein came up with relativity. The speed limit leads to weird things like time dilation and length and distortion, contraction. But the point being, it's an incomprehensibly long amount of time. It takes light 3 years to get to Alpha Centauri. How long do you think it's going to take humans? And that's the nearest star. Yeah, good luck with that, right? We've had Voyager 1 and 2 going for, I want to say like late 70s, like 40 years. And I think they finally get past the, what do they call it? Like the heliopause, or they're out of our solar system, but I think, are they beyond? And there's some weird term for it, the Oort cloud. I don't remember what it was, and they've been going for 40 years. I mean, they're nowhere near anything that would run into life, right? The universe is huge. Things are spread out. Because it's so huge, I wouldn't doubt. We don't have to get religious about it. I mean, there still could be a God and understanding our place. The Earth, in many ways, is the Goldilocks planet. We're in the perfect distance from the sun. The sun's the right size. All those kind of things that lead to life to form. So, and even if you believe in evolution or don't, whatever, you can still believe in God. But to think that the universe, did God waste his time, his time, building this huge thing, and this is the only planet with life on it? So whether you're religious or not, it still feels like there should be life out there. But seeing other life forms, that's why I like sci-fi so much, because it allows you to see, like, space travel and time travel and wacky stuff like that, because we're never going to see it. We can't get to Mars even, well, it was amazing. We went to the moon, 60 years ago, almost 50 some years ago. We went to the moon. The Mars, I think the closest Mars gets to us is 8 months by space travel. You have to be locked in a space vehicle of some kind for 8 months and hope nothing hits you and all the other things that could run into you out in space, right? Yeah, good luck. I would love to go to the moon, though. That would be amazing. Just the moon would be enough for me. But it's neat to think about. Life amongst us, no. Life in the universe, probably, if you had to bet. What do you think? You think there's life out there, probably?
Probably. I mean, shoot, how do you explain crop circles?
Oh, and if they do come back for crop circles, apparently water, I think, is all you need. Are you
Yeah,
talking? Have you seen Signs? You remember Signs? Wasn't it water at the end that they found?
yeah,
Wait, so you went to a planet knowing that water is your weakness, and isn't the planet Earth like 2/3 or 3/4 water?
70%.
Like, what's weird is one of those ratios. Are we 2/3? Is the planet Earth like 2/3 water or 3/4 water? Whatever it is. Apparently, the human body is about the same as far as amount of water. I think that's just a coincidence, but it's kind of an interesting factoid. But yeah, so the setup is kind of M. Night Shyamalan. I want to like some of his movies, but sometimes it's just like, no, come on, really? Why would an alien come here? We have too much water. You imagine going to a planet and like 2/3 of it or 3/4 of it was like high molarity hydrochloric acid that would like melt you instantly. Nope, I would probably stay away from that planet.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think so, Steven. There's life out there. I just
Oh,
don't think we'll
man.
ever see it, unfortunately. They all talk about, like, was there the Drake equation? They talk about the filter. It sounds kind of bad, but they talk about any life civilization that gets so advanced that they can space travel. They suspect they might end up killing themselves because of nuclear weapons, or right, whatever that stuff is. And I'm like, wow, that's really dark, but it could be true, right? What if a planet 10 light years away from us, maybe they figured out how to travel faster than light, but instead of traveling to us, they killed each other?
Mm.
We've seen humans kill each other for less, right? Why wouldn't they be any different than us? It's all about life and surviving. Interesting to think about. Maybe that'll be my content. I could talk about the universe. Bum
There
was
you
talking
go.
about. I don't have content on my up until now. I never really thought about starting a channel until I started co-hosting with you. This seems kind of fun just for giggles. I'm not looking to make money out of it, but I'm trying to think of what would I make a short video of. You said short videos are the way to subscribers. Now, why
Hey,
is that? Do you know why does that work? Is it like limited
because
attention spans? Is
pretty
that
much, I mean, you look at my videos, I like to talk a lot because I have a lot to say, and 3
I
minutes on
don't.
YouTube
I'm
Shorts
usually pretty
is
quiet.
just
I really never talk about much.
because I mean, I'm glad that YouTube changed their shorts because 1 minute just was not 1 minute was crap. 3 minutes still is not enough time to give to 3 minutes does not allow me enough time to tell a story, and, that's why a lot of my shorts, like, if I'm doing a video about Ric Flair and showing off all the Ric Flair videos, for all the Ric Flair figures, I got, like, 5 videos to show off for Ric Flair because there's just so much crap, right? So
More videos for them to watch, but also not too long that they don't. The millennial or the youngin doesn't get
yeah,
bored for 2 minutes and go to TikTok, because
yep,
TikTok videos are kind of short typically, aren't they?
yeah,
So
and
quick,
I
quick.
like at least TikTok, their shorts are still, like they give you up to 10 minutes to post a video on the TikTok shorts, which is awesome. Um, so YouTube really needs to up their videos because you post a video that's 3 minutes and 1 second long, guess what? It's just a regular old video, and, nobody's watching a 3 minute and 1 minute, regular video, and that's crazy. Like, I could post a 3 minute short and get, like, 5,000 views,
Hmm.
or I could post a 1 minute and 10-second regular video, and it'll get, like, 16 views on it.
I don't have time for. Nobody got time for a minute video. What are you talking about, right?
Oh,
I don't
man.
think I don't. I still. I'm in between. I don't like really short videos, but I'm older, so maybe my attention span. Do you see who graced us with his presence?
Bum Shadows is on.
Apparently, he got sick of his family and decided to come in, huh? I see how it is. No,
I'm an alien.
wouldn't you say he couldn't co-host tonight because apparently his family is more important than us? Yeah, we see where I'm in the pecking order. Lucid. Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
I had to
next
mention the CST with him.
next tournament is on Thursday, but actually,
I
man,
need to catch up. I'm behind
so
on your tournament vids.
tournament videos are every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, but next week I might drop it to 2 days a week.
Yep.
I've been noticing that the last couple weeks that the videos aren't doing too well,
Hmm.
and I really want my videos to get to at least 100 views, and if right now they're basically hovering below 100 views for the last several videos I posted. So, um, in order to let my viewers catch up on the videos, I might, cut it down to 2 videos per week. So
Does that just drive you crazy? Like when you think you got it sorted, and then you're like, "Why are they not watching?" And then you post something, they're like, "Oh, nobody will watch this," and then everybody watches it, and you're like, "What the heck's going on here?" Let
so
me short have a 5-second video of me cooking soup or something, and then you get like a million views. And you're like, I'm just what? I'll give it.
that's that's a joke, but you know what? That's probably what I got to do too. Just do some random video where I just have my phone up against the wall of me just cooking like freaking spaghetti or something, and it could be like a 2-minute video, and that would get like 42,000 views.
I mean, it's funny you say that, but on my top monitor, there's this Twitch streamer that occasionally I'm watching, and there's a lot of people watching her build a Lego set.
That's fun, man.
I'm not subscribing. I'm not paying her any money. I'm sure Amazon or Twitch is paying her for ads that show up when I wasn't paying attention. But I'm like, they're actually literally because I'm watching her. I used to do Legos, so you can clearly tell it's the Lego instruction book, and she's putting it together. And I'm like, people are watching her do this. But I think they get their own kind of cult following. And then all of them have merch that they sell. Um, it seems like it's definitely a job for some of these folks that want to become full-time streamers of some kind. And like I say, I've got a full-time job. But this is kind of fun. I just don't know what I would talk about. Maybe I can make a series of videos on the Drake equation. I'd have to look that up again. I don't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure I got that right. I think that's the equation that tries to explain why we haven't run into life, even though the universe is incomprehensibly big. I'm an amateur physicist. I know enough to be dangerous. I was blessed that because of my scholarships and stuff, it always made me take a lot of science classes, and I liked math. That's my minor. So physics, I always kind of glommed to because it had more math than biology, of
Yeah.
course, and even chemistry. I don't know if you remember any of your chemistry and biology. I never liked biology much, but physics I always liked because I don't want to do experiments. I want to just do weird. And it was kind of neat, either in high school or college. They actually one of the exams they made us right. He gave us several proofs of E equals MC squared. I can't remember which one I did, but on the exam you had to write the proof out for it. It was actually kind of fun to think about. Now that's not actually the real equation. The real equation is a little more complicated, but it's essentially that. The big thing though is thinking that mass and energy are equivalent. That was the big insight that. And imagine that, as far as I can tell, Albert Einstein was not high when he was thinking of this stuff. This was before rampant use of marijuana and acid and all the other stuff. As far as I can tell, he was sober when he said, "Hey, what if the speed of light is a constant and you can't go faster than that? What happens?" Yeah. Well, Stranger Things, I would, but hasn't it been like 10 years since last season? Netflix has really messed that up.
What, Stranger Things? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the kids were like 12 and now they're like 25.
And it's a really big deal, right? You can tell when a kid. I'm trying to remember. Do you remember like Two and a Half Men? And it was funny when the little kid was young, but by the end of it, he felt like he was a 30-year-old. And you're like, yeah, it's not quite funny anymore. He's not a kid anymore. Those kids have to be older. Yeah, I think there are billions and billions of planets, billions and billions of stars. There are billions and billions of galaxies. I think that's what's mind blowing. You think of a galaxy like the Milky Way galaxy. I don't even know how many stars and planets we have in our galaxy. There are even structures like what do they call them, like galactic clusters or super clusters. Makes it sound like a dessert, like a nut cluster or something. It's incomprehensible how much stuff is out there, how old. Like if they tell you, hey, the universe is 14 billion years old. Okay, what does that mean? 14 billion years.
Yeah, I
Like,
freaking miss Cobra Kai, man.
oh, the TV show. I like
Yeah.
Cobra Kai more. That was actually surprisingly good. I really enjoyed it, and it's over, so I watched it to completion. The story finished. I didn't have to wait 10 years between season 3 and season 4. It was surprisingly good. I really liked it, and they brought back a few of the people from the original movie. Um, it got a little weird though, didn't it? At one point, you're kind of thinking like, so all these teenagers are just practicing karate on each other in high school, right? In the wars they would get into. But it's a TV show. It's like with magic tricks. It's really fake, but you kind of no. I'm going to play along. I'll be a mark. I'm going to enjoy this TV show. It's a TV show, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a mark.
That's kind of what it is. I mean, like when I'll still watch modern wrestling. It's not as good as I remember as a kid, but I mean, I
Yeah.
know what's up. I want to see what happens. I want to see the surprises and the pops. Like when they thought Punk might come back, but they're like, oh well, he won't. The was it Survivor Series in Chicago a couple years ago? And I even watched it again last night. It still gets me because they're just like, oh, everybody's celebrating. Hey, we won, Cody Rhodes. I think, unfortunately for that, do you remember Randy Orton? That was his first match back in a while. He'd been hurt. So it's like, hey, Randy Orton's back. Hey, this is great. And then all of a sudden, and what's really works, you got to get the right theme song, right? That beginning, whatever that sound is on Cult of Personality that the song does, really is key to that pop. because as soon as it plays, people are like, "No fucking way! CM Punk is really coming back to WF," and then it really works great. And then he just walks out. He's just walking out with like a white T-shirt and jeans. He really dressed up for the occasion, but nobody cared. They're like, CM Punk's back in the WWE. Oh my god, it's still great. It's still great watching on YouTube. I know I'm a Punk fan, but War Games. Oh yeah, is it going to be wild? Or are we? I was wondering if we're sick of War Games. I don't know.
Terry Silver was freaking younger than Ralph Macchio in real life. That I find that to be freaking crazy.
Wow, really?
I mean, I think he was like what, like 6 months or 8 months younger or something like that. But I mean, he was still younger. And I thought that was
That's funny.
insane.
That is funny. War Games is going to
But
be.
yeah, you know what? I do think on Saturday I'm gonna do a live stream and I'm gonna be boiling some freaking water. Yeah, I'm gonna start my live stream and you guys are gonna see me like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Make some pasta,
And
some soup or something.
all you're gonna do is like see some boiling water. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Maybe put in a frozen pizza or something. Maybe cook something on the
And
stove. Fry up some hamburgers.
yeah, I'm not gonna be talking. You're just gonna see me.
Yeah, is there any way we can do watch-alongs? I think on Patreon you can. I like the idea though. People watch people cook. So like this lady streaming with the Legos. I've seen her have her show be cooking. Normally they do video games, and that's where I started watching them because it was a game I used to play. But literally, I'll just turn on and like she's just like in her kitchen cooking bread or something. I'm not kidding. That's literally what she's doing, and people are sitting here watching, and I'm kind of like, am I missing something? I know people like bread. Bread's foundational to civilization. Don't think about that too hard, but it is. But do you need to watch? Like in this day and age, is it entertaining? I can't keep up with all the stuff I legitimately pay for. I'm, watching someone bake. I don't know. But they like your personality. That's part of the game. You have to sell yourself. Man, woman, child, whatever.
Yeah, that 89 Royal Rumble, I honestly thought that was going to work. I thought by watching that on a live stream that was going to be a success. And the fact that once I got past through that first half hour, I'm like, this is definitely going to work. Getting to that 45-minute mark, that 50-minute mark, I'm like, it's working. It's already worked. The match was almost over. Like once it got to that final winner, the live stream was going to end, and I was going to have it saved for everybody, and it was going to be in the books. The next week, I was going to do the same thing with 1990. The following week, 91, and so forth, and so on. Every week, I was going to do the same thing with each Royal Rumble, and then I was going to move on to maybe WrestleMania, Survivor, some whatever. I thought I couldn't do it with a regular video, but maybe a live stream would be the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then they freaking caught me.
Yeah. So what did they catch? Did somebody report you as a copyright violation kind of thing, or do you remember?
I guess it just came up somehow on the. My wife is calling me.
Uh-oh.
Well, she texts me.
What's she calling you? It depends, right? If she's calling you like a bad word, then you're in trouble. But if she's like calling you like a good nickname, then maybe she's like, oh, I miss you.
Morty made a dookie.
Thanks for the update.
She wants, so that's her way of telling me to come clean it.
Say new phone, who dis?
Shit.
Does that work? Made a dookie.
She knows I'm on a live stream. She could have just typed it into the live stream.
She didn't even want to be in our chat, let alone on the video. Those OVP guys, though, what they do is they always have a free Patreon because all of their content is mostly watch-alongs. And it looks really fun. Now, the one guy does research. He actually comes out with some stuff. I'm like, oh, really? I didn't realize that. But the other guy just kind of shows up and is funny. I think that would be an amazing show. It doesn't have to be wrestling, but it is kind of fun, like trying to remember as a kid. I don't know if Patreon's the way to do that. I don't know how that works, but I think that would be kind of fun. Not even to make money. I mean, I think you want to monetize your channel, but I think that would be neat. And you could rotate hosts. I always remember, it's kind of funny. I remember liking Royal Rumble and Survivor Series as a kid, but as an adult, I don't like them as much, the format. Yeah. Now, I mean, when's the last time Survivor Series has been a Survivor Series? It's always something else now. But I thought I remember liking them. It's kind of a neat idea. And then you pin me and now I'm gone, but then it's like 5-on-4 and all that stuff. And same with Royal Rumble. But it's kind of, especially the modern Royal Rumble, it's very formulaic. You can tell, okay, the new person comes in, they got to get all their stuff in, right? All their moves and flips, right? And then they get cooled down, and it's a very formulaic, and you can kind of see it like it becomes a regular TV show, like a sitcom. You're like, Braun Breaker comes in, he's going to have to spear half the people in the thing before he gets eliminated or whatever. It's kind of disappointing for that. I remember really liking the Royal Rumble back in the day. I don't know how to play drums. Yeah, neither do I. I have seen people Twitch stream playing music though. A few guys and gals playing. All they do is play the drums and take the requests, or play the guitar, the piano. It's amazing what people will do. I don't know if people are paying them. I don't.
Nah.
I've seen them. I've seen people do that. I assume they get some money because if I'm not paying attention, probably behind the scenes on this monitor, Amazon's been throwing ads at me, and I haven't been watching them. But hey, more power to them. He or she is getting paid, ad money somehow. Probably, I don't know. Merch is a big thing, though. They all have merch set up, right? Oh, get my face or my logo. Hey, maybe I'm famous for saying or whatever. Get it on a T-shirt and a hat, and maybe a mug or a glass or whatever. That's a big deal. Oh, nice.
That's cool,
real
Steven.
friends, Steven. We are your real friends in life. What are you talking about?
Oh, you know what I find interesting?
That's why I'm so mad that Bum decided to hang out with his family instead of us tonight. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Bum is a very apropos name for that guy. Can you believe him? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
There's this family that's pretty popular on TikTok. You always make TikTok videos together. And there's this one dad that's funny as hell. And there's this one video that really stands out to me. The son's like, in one of his videos, like, repeat after me. 1, 1.
Uh-oh.
2, 3, 3. What comes after 4? And he wants you to say what comes after 4, right? But the father does not say what comes after 4. The father says 5. But he doesn't get that. So they keep going. The sister, the mom, they get it. So after the first time they screw up, they say 5. The second time they get it, they say, what comes after, like they're supposed to. The father doesn't get it. He keeps saying 5.
All right.
Well,
it's interesting.
Anyways, this guy, I actually see him in a legitimate TV commercial later on. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Really?
This is why I gotta get into a freaking TikTok, man.
Oh.
Like or you see this other father son. They go to like what is it? Is it Costco or not Costco
or Sam's Club or BJ?
Sam's Club? Maybe that's what it is.
I have a Sam's.
They got like this. They have like this TikTok where they got like boom boom some bullshit like that. That's like their catchphrase or whatever. And they go on like all these damn talk shows and they're like freaking world famous now because they have like this boom boom like this catchphrase. I'm like,
world famous, yeah.
How are you famous for having a boom boom catchphrase? I'm like, how? But freaking TikTok, man, like.
And once you get that catchphrase famous, now you need to put that on T-shirts and hats and whatever the heck, right? Merch it up.
Yeah,
but like Chinese Temu-like company to make cheap shirts with your Boom Boom logo on it, or Dookie if your cat's involved, it could be make Boom Boom, on the floor.
But people are freaking like on legitimate like freaking network cable talk shows and on actual freaking legitimate commercials and stuff like that. Like, how are they being from just making regular everyday TikTok videos and stuff? I'm like, that's insane. I mean, we're not talking high end. Like, I could make a video recording like this right here, but just making this type of videos right here, and people are getting world famous from that. I'm like, that's crazy.
I mean, if I knew, you would already known me before I joined your channel, right? I'd already been famous. If I knew how to do that, you'd already be like, oh yeah, FlytheL, he's famous for that one TikTok video he did, talking about the Drake equation or whatever the hell. Talking about Royal Rumble '89. I would like a watch along will be cool. It's just how do you get away with doing that? Maybe that. So they have their free, that OVP podcast. They do their free. They call it the Canon videos, where they just go through like, I think they're in the 88 now. They're going through like the weekly crappy kind of shows where a lot of jobber squash matches and stuff. But apparently they get away with that. But they can tell sometimes because they say go to Patreon, subscribe to our free channel, because if this video gets taken down from YouTube, you can watch it there. I don't know if you can monetize it Patreon on a free account, but you can certainly get people to pay for subscriptions to Patreon. I know like the major pod guys, They have various
Yeah.
levels. Hey, subscribe and you get our video sooner. Kyle Peterson does the same thing. I don't care that much. I don't pay for that. I do pay for these guys though, because they do have like pay-per-view watch-alongs and stuff like that. I fell asleep to, I think they're talking about WrestleMania 2. I fell asleep to last night. It was kind of fun. Because the one guy got really infatuated with Elvira. I forgot she was one, because WrestleMania 2 was the one where they had, I think, was it New Connecticut or New Hampshire, Chicago, and LA. They had the 3 different things at the time, because I think the WCW or somebody did that earlier. So of course Vince McMahon's like, I want to one up you. So they had to split all their talent. So I think Gorilla Monsoon was in Chicago with a celebrity. Vince was in the East Coast with a celebrity, and for some reason he stuck Jesse Ventura with Elvira, and I think Albert Hayes in LA. And for some reason, that guy got really infatuated with Elvira, more than just her, natural assets. But he was talking about, like, it's interesting that she's had such a long career, and all you really know her for mostly is Elvira, this character. And he's like, who's the other person that you can think of? And he thought of Pee Wee Herman. And he started going to Wikipedia. He's like, oh, they both were in like the Groundlings and stuff together. And he's like, oh, that's kind of ironic. So it's kind of weird the tangents they take. You're just watching this WrestleMania 2 watch along, and meanwhile they're talking about Elvira and Pee Wee Herman. I think that would be kind of fun. I just don't know how to get away with it, because you've already ran it. You're 0 for 1. You tried it once and YouTube smacked you, right?
Yeah.
How did they get away? Their whole canon, you can go out to the website. You can watch them for free. I don't know how they get away with most of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason they do. They can kind of tell. I think it's some maybe copyright songs. Songs are really a big deal on YouTube. I don't remember the guy's name. He's fairly famous. He does a lot of, man, I wish I could say his name, but he said he's been getting sued a lot, even though he's not actually stealing any content. He'll be like, oh, here's the top 10 famous intro guitar licks or whatever. And he's been getting sued so much that he's made videos about how stupid this is getting on his YouTube channel. It's kind of interesting.
You know what I was thinking is,
I'd love to watch along. That sounds great. We need to do that.
Couple of things. At the beginning of the video, what I was doing is I actually was doing some kind of commentary, but then I realized that I really didn't have a whole lot to say. Plus, I didn't really want to talk over the video, because who wants to hear people talking? They want to listen to the video. They want to hear the announcers. They want to watch the wrestling going on in the video. They don't want to hear somebody else talking over the video. So I actually did try to stay quiet as much as I could, but I also wanted to talk, because if you're adding commentary, you're actually adding more to the video. So
you are.
It's adding more so that you're not stealing content, if that makes sense. But
well, because we've all seen Royal Rumble 89, WrestleMania 2. I mean, if I'm watching your channel, I've already seen it, and I can go see it on Peacock anytime I want. What do I get out of it? And that's where their formula works really well. I don't want to always talk about them, but I have. When I discovered you, I discovered them too. Somehow I'm in a wrestling kick, whether it's figures or TV shows or whatever. And it worked. They have a great formula. The one guy's kind of the funny guy, and he isn't super prepared, but he says funny stuff. And then the other guy actually does prepare for this. It treats it like a real job. I know it's not their real job. This is like a second thing they do.
Yeah,
they are making money because they have Patreon subscriptions, and all they're asking for is like, I think $5 a month for the one, or usually I threaten to cancel, and they're like, oh, come back for $2. I'm like, oh, okay, $2 for a month. Who doesn't have $2 to spend on a month? And they get enough people. I know, 80 cents isn't a lot. Maybe $2 isn't much, but I think maybe they do one pay-per-view a month, and then I think they do some specials. They have different levels of the stuff. But the big deal is they have it on Patreon, and that they have some free stuff on YouTube. I don't know how they get away with it. It would be neat to do, though. I think that would be fun, even if we didn't prepare for it. Just stream of consciousness. I mean, that's all I'm doing today. I didn't really prepare for this show. Like, we just started talking about alien life forms, and my brain's like, hey, remember the Drake equation? I'm like, oh, yeah, the Drake equation. I don't remember what it is. I'll go look it up if I need to, but I can bitch about, I can bullshit about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I assume it would be fun. It would be my version of a midlife crisis. I like your take on wrestling figures better, that they're art forms. Because what does this say art? Does it have to be some Van Gogh, I cut off my ear painting to be art? No, it doesn't. Art takes many shapes and sizes and forms. That's the whole point. True artists will tell you that. I mean, there are artists out there that'll just say, like, here's a broken urinal, and that's it.
April Man, Brooklyn Brawler. That's awesome match.
Oh, there you go. Is that on the next Raw? And that was so funny, because as a kid, I was not in on it. So, like, when the Repo Man came out, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that was I always get them wrong. Was he Smash? He was Smash. Was he in Demolition?
Yep.
I always get them wrong. I know he was in Demolition, but which one was he? Or he was. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff. I think at one point, wasn't he a Russian character? What was his Russian character back in the pre-WWF days? He played a Russian at one point too. I think he's out of Minnesota. He's part of the Minnesota gang. A lot of wrestlers came out of Minnesota. What's his real name? Damn it, I wish I remembered.
Gary Darso.
There you go. Yeah. But it's kind of interesting because I was a kid. I didn't know any better. And then when this I actually thought Reaper Man was stupid, but I was a kid. And that was the point. He was kind of a heel, right? He was supposed to be stupid. That was his shtick. But I was a kid. I'm like, oh, you're not Hulk Hogan, blah, blah, blah. You realize Hulk Hogan, tremendous for the industry, but his matches were so formulaic. But we didn't care, right? It was like, it's kind of like you complain about the good guys always winning in the movies, right? Like, no, that's kind of what it was. His matches were all these good guy, bad guy movies, right? It's like, how could Hulk Hogan ever come, King Kong Bunny's going to kill him. He already injured his ribs. Oh, look, Hulk Hogan won the cage match at the end, right? We didn't care.
They're all bouncers.
I think at one point, most of them were bouncers and football players. Hawk and Animal both. I think that's how they met. They're out of Minnesota. Doll Show is out of Minnesota. It's kind of neat now knowing of that stuff as a kid. Of course, I didn't know. I didn't know any of that stuff. Match going to the bar, yeah, with Hawk and Animal there. Or I don't think he was ever a bouncer, but I heard that Haku is the one that you don't want to mess with. I mean, he's maybe Hawk and Animal look more impressive, but I heard that Haku is definitely not the guy out of all the wrestlers that used to wrestle. I mean, Andre the Giant, sure, that's a given. Yeah, I remember the famous, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger tells a story about, if you've seen the pictures of Wilt Chamberlain, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the middle, and Andre the Giant on the right, I think Andre was visiting their set. It was like the Barbarian, one of the Arnold's movies. And so Wilt's really tall and thin. He's a basketball player. Arnold is a big guy, but he's the tiny one. He's the tiny one in the photo. You got Wilt and Andre, and then you got tiny little Arnold Schwarzenegger in the middle. And you're like, could you imagine you're Arnold Schwarzenegger and you're the tiny one in that picture? But I think that he told the story about, it might have been the same visit, that Arnold and Andre go out to eat, and Andre's always going to pay. And Arnold's like, no, I'll pick it up. And like, no, boss, I pay, right? Or whatever Andre would say to him. And I guess it got so heated that he tells the story that Andre picks him up real gently and throws him on top of some kind of huge, tall cabinet. Just very, very effortlessly. Says, no, you go up here, I'm going to go pay, right? And apparently, because Andre was comically huge, you imagine picking up Arnold, just like no big deal. I think Jesse the Body tells something similar too, of wrestling him. And Jesse was a pretty big guy, right? He wasn't small. And Arnold did the same thing to him, threw him on the top rope, like real easy. And you're like, yeah, I imagine Andre's a guy you don't want to mess with. But for his size, you look at Haku, it's not like he was bigger than Hulk Hogan. He definitely wasn't bigger than Andre. He wasn't bigger than King Kong Bundy. But I guess he's the guy in a bar fight you want on your team and you don't want to mess with. Haku's the guy. I've heard many, many stories if you go to YouTube. Sure, they could be telling stories. I'm a mark for it, maybe, but I could.
Conan.
Yeah, I think was that the one that Wilt was in? But they have the famous set photo. You're like, Andre, huge. Wilt, not a stick, but also tall. He was comically tall. He's like 7'4" or whatever. And then little baby Arnold. Little tiny Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like the only time he's probably ever been humbled in his life. Like, oh, Wilt. Oh, Andre, how's it going? I'm Mr. Universe. Wasn't he Mr. Universe or Mr. Olympian like 8 times in a row or something ridiculous? And he has to look up to Andre and Wilt on set of his movie. That'd be kind of.
Oh, that is so good.
Very good arm wrestler too. Was he? Oh, Rick Rude. Yeah, Rick Rude also out of Minnesota. I think wasn't he a champion arm wrestler?
For Rick Rude? I
think he was. All these stories you learn now as an adult, you didn't know as a kid because you were a kid. You thought it was real or fake. And we didn't have the internet, so you couldn't look up all the stuff. Yeah, looking short at 6'2", tiny little guy. Yeah. And he's probably just as wide. I mean, Arnold was obviously, he'd just come off. It wasn't that long ago. He was competing as a Mr. Olympian or whatever it was. So he was still really, really fit. And he still looks small. You're kind of like, Arnold, the 6'2" guy's really, yeah, okay. Yeah. Andre did that to everyone, I'm sure. Yeah. But I could just imagine him picking him up like I think he says like a little baby and setting him up on whatever it was, this credenza or whatever it was. And it was at a restaurant, so I'm trying to imagine what he set him on to go pay the bill. Just like nothing.
All right, so I'm just thinking ahead to Saturday's stream. And
your co-host on Saturday is really excellent. I got to give him his props, his flowers. He's a really good co-host. Do you know who co-hosts your Saturday show? No,
absolutely.
He asks knowingly. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that we should have a cooking show on Saturday.
Does heating up a frozen pizza count? Or I could probably make maybe something on the stove. Yeah, we could do that. Or I could put together some Legos and you could cook or something.
Now make sure that we have the pizza flipped over
Cooked
because
upside down
that's how men cook pizzas.
because we don't know what we're doing in the kitchen. Is that the
Make sure
person?
that we have the cheese and pepperoni facing down.
I'll leave it on top of the stove while the stove is cooking. Isn't that how you cook? I don't know. I'm a guy. I don't know. I don't know how to do laundry. I don't know how to mop floors. I don't know how to.
You know,
I don't even know how to bathe myself. What are you talking about? I'm a guy. I don't.
my dumbass back in Texas, because our stoves for like the longest time now, I don't remember the last time we had one of those freaking open burners.
So that
I
answers the
had
question: gas or electric stovetop? Which do you prefer?
electric.
And
Well,
why
I mean,
gas?
we've had electric forever now, so
Yeah, I have it.
but
I have two. I keep waiting for the die. I've gotten used to electric, but I like gas because it doesn't stay hot. But gas is probably they're both dangerous for different ways. But anyway,
but I
open
think a
burner
lot
gas. Yeah.
but I think most people say that gas is better for cooking.
On the stove,
It's more like a
inside electric
restaurant.
is better. So it's a
Yeah.
lot of people going dual fuel. So I'm like, oh, okay.
But I think a
Whatever
lot of
warms
people
up.
say that if it's more like I think people say that gas is more restaurant style if you're cooking.
Oh,
So, but I mean, I'm used to having just electric now, but
yeah.
like I'm used to having like the Mr. Coffee or Proctor Silex, coffee pots, and and I had the nice beautiful one that I had back at my home in Texas off to the side of my stove, and and I'd move it over onto the stove when I'd make my coffee, and I didn't realize the damn stove was still on.
Yeah, that's the problem with electric.
And you don't have the damn flames shooting out
I mean,
because
you could have turned the stove off a couple minutes ago. It's still hot, right? It's electric.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Mhm.
In fact, mine and they probably did has a light on that says, "Hey, idiot, you just turned it off. It's still hot. Don't touch it."
And at some point, uh, you put that you pick it up to move it back to where it was, and guess what? Damn thing is all melted on the bottom. Like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Now this was like years ago. This was like back in 2016, 2017. I don't know, 2014. Like it was a long time ago, but I'm like, shit. I love that damn coffee pot too.
better
That
the
thing,
coffee pot than your hand, though.
yeah. I'm pretty sure I burnt my hand on that sucker too
Yeah.
once or twice, but
So electric is bad for that latent heat. Gas is bad because it's literally an open flame. I do like electric because it's easier to clean. I hated that when something boiled over and then you get it in the grate and stuff on the gas and you're like, oh, I've got to clean these grates and take them off. And the electric's just nice and flat. I can wipe the hell out of that, no matter. I've taken to try to use that latent heat with my advantage. Like sometimes if I'm cooking something and now I need to melt butter or maybe saute something or something, you can actually turn it off and it's still hot enough that you can put the pan over there and it'll melt the butter or it'll saute the whatever because there's enough heat still there. As long as it's not my hand. As long as I
oh,
don't use my hand, but it's in the pot.
there's this old meme. I don't know what the hell this damn gremlin looking son of a bitch was, but there's this old meme. It looks like freaking Alf or something. Uh, it's like everybody calm down. I got this. That's the meme, and it's like this no-haired alien-looking creature with long-ass arms, looking like a freaking anteater or something, and crazy-looking thing. But and I always get that image every time I think of this story.
Oh, I thought you
So
were going to say every time you think of a zombie sailor toy. You said long ass
hey,
arms. That's the Alf.
maybe.
That's the new
Hey,
GST from Alf. It's got these huge arms. Yeah, anyway.
hey, somebody's got to create a meme using zombie sailors from now on. But
Anytime you say long arms, I can't think of. Oh, yeah, it's zombie sailor. Isn't that the punk or the macho or something with the arms and way?
everybody, calm down. I got this. Zombie sailors. That's what they got to do.
New slogan. Put it on
But
a t-shirt.
this again. This is back in Killeen, my house in Texas. I left the damn stove on, and I had a damn towel. Threw a damn towel on the damn stove. Damn. Oh no, I take it back. It wasn't when I burnt the rag.
Electric stove or gas? Still electric?
Still electric stove. I was no, I
Okay.
was cooking. I was cooking freaking bacon on the stove. That's what it was. I had the damn temperature on too high, and I had bacon on the stove. Didn't burn the damn house down, mind you.
That's good. It's a good start.
Good story.
Well, no, that's the first on my list. Don't burn the house down. Every morning, I'm like, yep, check. Didn't burn the house down.
But
Whew, didn't burn the house.
but the temperature was up too high, and I had all this damn steam coming up, yada yada, and I sets off the damn alarm.
I was gonna say fire alarm. Yep, the smoke
And
alarm.
so obviously, so the damn alarm goes off, and here comes the damn fire department. I'm like, dude, it's not that serious.
Does it auto call the fire department?
It must have, like, they just showed
Wow,
up, like less than 5 minutes later. I'm like,
I feel
shit.
bad. Oh man.
I mean, we're talking about a little bit of smoke, like it was like, damn. And I walk outside. I've got, damn, do I got that shirt still? It's probably in my closet. I could actually just pull out that shirt. I'm wearing this red t-shirt, New York Fire Department
Oh, that's
t-shirt
funny.
on.
You were ready. See, I support you guys. Oh, come on. I'm sorry that was false alarm, but
So I'm walking outside with this damn New York Fire Department t-shirt on.
mm-hmm.
It's all right, guys. Calm down. I got this.
You got your zombie sailor long arms out. I got this, everybody. Don't worry. It's just bacon. It's okay.
Oh man.
It's bacon.
So my wife still ribs on me, and it's like 10
Yeah.
years later. But
You got a nice story.
shoot.
Did they
Man.
charge you for that, for showing up? Did they charge for that sort of thing, for like false
I
alarm?
don't think so.
You say that though. I think it was this week or last. Sometimes they get kind of cheap because I'm like in my office working during the day because I work from home, and I'm like, well, I'm not that cold. It's just my hands get cold from typing and stuff. I'll just turn on a space heater and I'll leave the furnace off because it's cold enough now. Yeah. And I turned on the space heater. Apparently, it's kind of dusty, and I haven't. This was the first time I turned it on, and it set off the smoke alarm. It's so dusty. I'm like, oh, okay. I need to maybe clean the space heater before I turn it on. Then I started thinking maybe I should buy a new space heater because I think I've had this one since I was a kid. They probably have more efficient ones now. But I thought that was funny. I'm like, it set it off, and now I have a new enough home that all of them talk to each other. So it wasn't just the one in my office that went off, the one in the room across the street or across the way, the one in the kitchen, several in the basement. So it's just like beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, oh, and it didn't turn off. I had to actually, I'm just tall enough that I can't quite reach it. My ceiling is just tall enough that like, how do I get that? You have to hit the button to turn it off. Like just to turn on the space heater, I set off the freaking. I mean, I guess you want that, right? You'd rather it go off sooner rather than never, right? If it actually had a fire, but it still was annoying. Yeah, that was this week or last week. I don't remember. It was pretty recent. I'm like,
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I think it was the stove that was hot, not the coffee pot in that case. But I think mine's glass though. Mine would probably survive if I set it on the coffee, my current coffee pot. I got a Ninja one, I think it is. Ninja makes all kinds of stuff now. I didn't buy it. I think I got pretty good reviews, and I'm like, I just needed a drip coffee pot.
Yeah.
I was switching from Keurig. I think we talked last time. I switched out from Keurig because they're expensive and they just don't taste strong enough to me. I'm like, I'll go back to drip. Make the 2 cups a day. Yeah, I bet. It's cold enough here in Illinois. It's probably cold enough in you're in Louisville, aren't you? It's still probably pretty cold there even. I went from summer to winter. There was no fall here. I don't know if you guys had a fall.
Not really. I mean,
No.
it all it does is rain, so like it pretty much feels freezing cold pretty much always.
I like
So
it colder, but I would have liked the fall. But we end up always missing out on fall. We got the leaves, and they're pretty, but I don't. The temperature, it's like I think the high is like 40 here right now or something. It's hey, I got $5 off from Shopify. Thanks, Shopify. I'm looking on my phone because I have a smart thermostat that tells me, yeah, 43 degrees outside. I'm like, man, it's too soon for that. Luckily, until this past couple days, it's been very cloudy the last 2 days. But over the weekend, I think it was sunny every day. Yeah, I watch college and pro football. I'm an Irish fan, which kind of sucks. I don't know what to think about them this year. I just don't want Ohio State to win again. We're done with them. I don't want Alabama to win. Let's have some new teams, right? I'm fine with the Irish not winning. They haven't won in like 30 years, so it's no big deal. I think I only really started watching the Irish because they were on it. They've had like an NBC contract for years, and they're close to us, right? They're in Indiana. In fact, I went to an Irish game once in northern Indiana. Probably you're a Michigan fan, I assume, if you're in Michigan. So you're probably not a Notre Dame fan then, if that's the case. But you're with me on Ohio State if you're a Michigan fan, because Ohio State can kick rocks. At least we can all agree that Ohio State can, pardon my French, fuck off, right? At this point. Go enjoy some Buckeyes, Ohio State. Though I think Michigan, haven't they famously beat them 4 or 5 times in a row? Oh, poor Buckeyes. Makes me sad. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, they just won it last year. They beat Notre Dame, and they've won it several times. So you want, I mean, even if it's not your team winning, you want to see a new team win it, right? Like this year, we could all agree. I'm not a huge Blue Jays fan, but they weren't the Dodgers, so that's the first thing on the checklist. Hey, not the Dodgers, great. Are you the Yankees? Nope. Okay, I'm a Cubs fan, so are you not the Cardinals? Nope. Okay, great. I'm rooting for you. Pretty easy checklist. Unfortunately, Ohio State looks pretty good again. I don't want any SEC teams. I'm sick of them winning. Right. It's kind of interesting, though. Have you noticed how the SEC is now not as competitive as it used to be now that we have a portal and teams can basically buy their players in college? What do you think the SEC was doing for years and years? That was the thing. They always said, hey, Alabama and Georgia and them, they're paying their players. Famously, I'm pretty sure Auburn did, right? To who was that their quarterback when they won that one year? I think all along the SEC was cheating. And now that everybody else can cheat, hey, look at that. Now nobody's scared of SEC anymore. Yeah, they probably will. They're kind of cheating too. They're kind of cheating too, though, really. Maybe because they're buying all the players, and somehow they're getting away with not paying them all now. There's some kind of weird deferral going on. I don't know. I mean, having Otani helps, but they don't pay him. It's like, hey, you're kind of sort of making whatever it is, $100 million a year. I don't know, whatever wacky number it is, but somehow they're not paying him that. They're somehow deferring it or something. I don't know. But
you don't understand that. Like, how is like the whole Mets thing with Bobby Bonilla? Like, it was like considered like the worst contract in history
because still paying him.
They were paying him for like 35 years or something.
Yeah, I think they literally are still paying for him.
So how is deferring Bobby Bonilla's contract for like 30 years considered the worst contract in Major League history? But how is deferring, and that was like $1 million. So how is deferring Shohei Ohtani, I don't know, $30 million a year for like 30 years or whatever, I don't know, whatever the dollar amount is, how is doing that supposed to be better? That I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, at this point, 2 championships is better. Right, the Mets famously never won with Bonilla. So probably at this point, Dodgers fans are kind of like, hey, even if we never win again, it was probably worth it. I mean, even Cubs fans, and I'm not one of them, apologize for the Hayward contract. Right. Hey, at least we won in 2016 and he gave a speech or something. Hayward grounded into more double plays than anyone ever should have at a professional level. His best play was a double play. That guy was so terrible.
Derek Lee play?
Who? Derek Lee?
I mean, come on. But
at least Derek Lee occasionally will hit 20 or 30 home runs and drive in somebody. I mean, Hayward, what was the best year he had? Like 40 RBIs or something? He gave a speech in the rain delay. That was his.
When I came back from Fort Hood, when I got in the Army in 2010, and my wife and I got back to Chicago in 2010, we were back in the city for a couple months. Now, obviously, in July 2010, I got my first contracting job, and I left back to Kuwait, and so
you could tip the person walking your luggage to the airport.
Yep. But my wife and I, we stayed with her mom for a couple months. We stayed in her basement, which that was freaking horrible. I did not enjoy having to rely on somebody else. But we were living on post. So for 3.5 years, last 3.5 years I was in the Army, we lived, in family housing and whatnot. So that's one of the downsides of living on post is, you don't have to pay a mortgage, you don't have to worry about water bills or electric bills or paying for trash pickup or any of that stuff. But what happens when you ETS out of the Army? You don't have a home of your own.
Oh, right, yeah.
So if you don't have a house or an apartment to move into, you got nowhere to go to. So my wife and I, we had to go back to Chicago because it's either me moving into my mom's house or her mom's house. So we moved into her mom's house, and like I said, that was not exactly, if you know her mom's situation, that exactly wasn't the golden opportunity.
A pretty good deal living on post though until you're out of the military, though, right? Up until you're out of the military, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, now I have to find housing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good deal, though. I think it's the right choice. It's better than the housing allowance, it sounds like, because everything's included. It sounds like a better deal. It's just once you leave the military, oh, okay, now, like if I change jobs, at least I still have the mortgage on my house, so I can stay here. Right, I don't have to worry about also moving at the same time.
Yeah. I mean,
It was
the housing allowance in Killeen, I think, was I think 775, and it may have gone up, right at the end. It may have gone up to, like, 823 or something, so,
but
I mean, it wasn't bad.
could you have gotten a
Like,
similar place and after paying for because all the utilities were included on base or on post, right?
yeah,
So
but, like, the house that my wife eventually bought, like, the 1,400 square foot house that my wife bought, now, obviously, we wouldn't have bought the exact same house, most likely,
okay,
but let's say we ended up buying the exact same house that we ended up moving into, for sake of argument.
yeah,
Uh, and let's say we bought it for the exact same price, 1,400 square feet for $85,000. Our mortgage was like $500,
okay.
550, let's say. So, at 775, $800, BAH. So that would have been more than enough money. Let's say electricity was $200. So we definitely would have had enough money to cover mortgage and, electricity. And even if, water bill or whatever was extra was going to cut into my base pay, it's still your home. So it still would have been worth it.
You build equity, but what about insurance and taxes? Pity payment, right? Principal,
I
interest,
mean,
taxes, and insurance.
it's still part of your mortgage payment. So, I mean,
Are you
you
saying the
got to look at
mortgage,
that.
the $500 was the full pity payment, the full property,
The
or
that was
principal,
I mean,
interest, taxes, and insurance?
that's your mortgage payment, so,
Was that just principal and interest?
I mean, that's the full mortgage payment.
But even in Texas, well, actually, especially in Texas, because they don't have income taxes, property taxes are going to cut into that. Did you account for that? Insurance is probably higher on homeowners versus renters. Like, I don't know if did you have to have renters insurance living on post? I don't even know. Or
No,
did you? Okay,
no.
you probably would have had homeowners insurance. So I mean, you're still missing a few expenses. You would have been building equity though, and you could have sold the home and pocketed the difference when you moved. There's that, but I'm sure the house would have cost you more.
Yeah,
Trade offs. It is what it is. I can see the benefit of either. And also depends if you had a large family who used a lot of electricity or water. Then, oh yeah, maybe living on post made more sense. It was just you
yeah,
two, so maybe living in a house would have made more sense. But then again, I don't know if you knew how much of a commitment did you want to make to like Colleen or wherever you were living. Did you want to
yeah,
buy it? Homes are famously illiquid. I don't treat my house as an investment. I mean, I buy index funds because guess what? On my phone tomorrow at 8:30, I can go sell it. Can you
yeah,
sell your home that quickly? No. Even with wrestling figures, it can be hard to sell and get the right value. But I know that hey, somebody wants Coke stock or Pepsi stock or the VTI, the whole index of the stock market. You're going to find a market because in fact they have whole companies out there that are market makers for that purpose. So that's why I'm
right.
like, yeah, a home is not an investment. You can invest in some real estate stocks if you want, but that's tough. Growing
Yeah,
old in your current home. Yeah. Do you plan on?
yeah,
You don't plan on moving, do you?
yeah. When I bought this house, I had no intention of ever moving. So, originally, when I moved from Texas to Kentucky and I bought this house, the goal was to actually work for Raytheon, here in Kentucky forever. I actually thought that I was going to retire with Raytheon. Like, Raytheon really was the company I wanted to work with for the next 20, 30 years. I never thought I'd ever go back overseas again. But me being me, I hate bills. I hate being in debt. And having a house that I had owned for 5 years and not having a mortgage, I'm like, you know what? Having to pay a mortgage again, I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, I got to go back overseas again. I have to go back and go earn some extra money. I need to be able to pay off this house as quickly as possible. And I didn't want to pay on this house for the next 30 years.
And you did.
So yeah, I mean, it took me a lot longer, a whole lot longer than I had planned. Bills kept coming up, damn jobs kept switching on me. So instead of when I went overseas in 2019, I mean, I was thinking I'd be having the house paid off in like 2, maybe 3 years, and
Wow.
I didn't get it paid off until this year in June. So, I mean, it took me
Okay.
a whole lot longer than I planned, but uh, I still got it paid off a whole lot quicker than 30 years, But
But yeah, I was just gonna say, how long did you have the mortgage for? You've still a lot early. I mean, a lot of people, most people probably don't even ever own their home, let alone that soon.
Yeah.
Job
So,
description.
uh, but
And you own it now, so they can't take it away from you. It's your home now.
yeah, and then that's
So
the whole reason I was able to go ahead and start doing all the upgrades around the house that I wanted. And
that mortgage payment now you can spend on a pool or a deck or whatever the heck.
yeah, so
Yeah,
everything I was paying into the mortgage payment, I was able to, you know, repurpose towards upgrades, like, new lighting around the house and well, the deck and stuff, like I said, all that stuff that I had accumulated, 401k plans from years of working overseas. That's what went into the deck and the pool and everything that I wanted. So stuff for myself, stuff for for the family for fun. That's what went into the deck and the pool and stuff. Uh, the deck really wasn't part of it. The pool was the plan. The deck was just necessity because of the pool. But
yeah,
so
definitely. I think I'm looking. I think I have 5 or 6 more years on my house. It'll be before I retire, but I mean, this is my second home. But yeah, to have that free cash flow, having the principal and interest paid off would be amazing. I mean, as it is now, I'm blessed that if I really, really, really had to, like you did, I could probably sell. And luckily, it's even taxable stuff. But then I
yeah,
get taxed on it, so I'm like, well, I'll just keep paying the mortgage. But like, if I lost my job, okay, I could own the home. It's a nice problem
yeah,
to have. Um, but owning it, I mean, that's even better. I see a lot of I frequent Reddit a lot, and a lot of like uh, I'm an armchair. What did I say? Was I an amateur physicist? I'm also an amateur investor. And so I frequent a lot of those financially independent retire early threads and stuff like that. And people are
yeah,
always asking, should I keep maxing out my IRA or 401k or whatever they're doing, or should I pay off my house now? And
yeah,
it's a math problem, but it's also a psychology problem more than a math problem. You look and say, oh, current interest rates are 6%, 7% on your home. Yeah, it might make sense to pay off your home. But like mine's an old enough mortgage, I think it's 3%. It doesn't make any sense because I could fall down and make 3% in the stock market, even lately with the stock market going down. So for me, financially, it doesn't make sense. But psychologically, for most people, it almost always makes sense to pay off the home. You just got to come to grips with, okay, you want to own the home. They can't take it from you, right? It's hard to put a price tag on that kind of peace of mind.
yeah,
I can do the math, and luckily, it's a nice problem. Now that I know, if I really, really, really had to, if tomorrow my company said, "F you, John, you're out on there, you're on your butt, you have no job with us anymore," I can pay for my home.
yeah,
Not many people can say that anymore, especially now we had the COVID inflation and we still had
yeah,
inflation under Biden, and even now we're having like other inflation. I mean, prices never go down. So and a lot of people are struggling. So it's a nice problem to have. But I'm close enough that I'm like, no, I'll just keep paying. I make extra principal payments. That's my compromise. So like
yeah.
once a year, did you're probably, I think every company does like an escrow analysis where they say, oh, after this past year, it looks like we want to charge you $500 more for the year. And so usually what I do is like, okay, I figure out my new payment and I round up.
Yeah.
Like the company say, hey, would you round up for charity? I round up for myself. And I say, okay, you want to charge me 475? I'll give you 500 now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what would
Well,
you done with the money? That's the
the
thing. You got the whole point. I even see that as a cheap guy who invests. The whole point of having the money is to spend it on something.
yeah, so let me see what Steven says.
Yeah, he's got a good question.
What was your job description overseas?
Well, that was quick.
So with like CSA, it was very generic, like supply technician, but pretty much everybody's job title was supply technician.
Hmm.
With Mantech, what the hell was my title in Mantech? Damn, I can't remember what Mantech was.
Another good topic for next time is engineer culture. I work in computers, and
Yeah,
everybody's an engineer now. I don't know if that has leaked its way into every industry. Engineers are actually licensed certified thing, right? Like if you're a
yeah,
mechanical engineer, but now everybody calls themselves an engineer. Even my official title, I think, is lead software engineer. I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I can hang with some of the math that some of the electrical engineers do, but I'm not really an engineer. But
yeah.
it sounds good. What do you call it? Like title inflation? I think some people have called it. Everybody's an
Like,
engineer.
like I could look at like Raytheon and like my job title was like senior property administrator. Um, like I go to uh my job in Afghanistan, which was supply technician, and then I went to Lockheed Martin, and it was senior logistical analyst or a senior logistical analyst too, or something like that, or no, it was a logistical management analyst. That's what it was, logistical management analyst. So I had that job title with Lockheed Martin back in 2016 when I worked in Afghanistan, and I had that same job title again when I worked with Lockheed Martin again in 2020 when I worked in well, multiple locations: Kuwait, Iraq, and Syria. So
No,
from
they're paying
2020,
you.
21.
They're paying you that good salary, six figures plus. I mean, admittedly, you're traveling overseas.
Yeah.
Also, all the room and board and everything is included. I assume you don't have any expenses overseas. Do they pay for all that for the most part?
Yes.
Yeah, so that helps. That way, and that's where you're hoping I'm going to plow that six figure plus salary into mortgage payments and whatever bills at home. But the caveat is then you're away from your wife and your family and friends and everything, right?
Correct.
That whole time, yeah. So to each their own. It sounds like a cushy job at some point, but then you're in the middle of Kuwait or Afghanistan or whatever, away from everyone.
Well, Kuwait ain't bad because
No,
Kuwait, you do get like your own apartment and stuff. So
okay.
Kuwait's very westernized. So
Mm.
Kuwait, like you go home at the end of the day. Now you might, in some days, depending on your contract, you might have your own off days or one off day a week. So you might only be working, let's say, 48 hours, or you might be working 64 hours or something.
You say
Now,
only. You say only 48, only 60, like full time for most people.
well,
40.
Kuwait is different. Like a regular work week in Kuwait is 48 hours.
That's
So
interesting. But you're working for the military effectively over there,
yeah,
even if you're a contractor. So even
yeah,
like the United States military honors like Kuwait
yes.
time.
So
That's interesting.
now Kuwait now
You think the military would do whatever they wanted? Maybe I don't. That's kind of interesting. Huh.
so So, I mean, your contract, like our contract was always 72-hour work weeks. So now I think we had Sundays off. So Monday through Saturday we had to fulfill, a 72-hour work week.
That's 12 hours a day though.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, yeah. See, it's not a cushy job. You're getting your
So
six figures, but you're away from home. You're in a foreign country. You're working 12 hours a day for 6 days a week. You got to squeeze in your bootleg Friends DVDs on one day, one afternoon, maybe. Yeah, that's interesting.
now Saturday, now if you go to Iraq or Syria, for example,
Mm.
there's no days off, and
Yeah.
those are actual combat zones. So those are completely different stories. Um,
No days off plus a combat zone. Not as
so
safe, I assume, than is
yeah,
Kuwait,
so,
right? Yeah. Do
you
you get
know,
hazard pay then, being in a
yes,
combat zone?
yeah,
Oh,
those are different.
is it
So
worth it?
those, I mean, yeah, I'd much rather be in Iraq,
Hmm.
Syria, Afghanistan, places like that. I'd much rather be there than Kuwait.
You don't hear that
Um,
a lot.
that extra hazard duty pay is more. I'd rather have that than
Hmm.
be in Kuwait.
You don't hear that a lot, though, do you? Just people randomly on the street. Oh, I'd rather be in Iraq.
I mean, that's for me. That's what it's about. I mean,
It's
I'd
different. Yeah,
rather.
it's different. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, if
Yeah.
you're like if you're single, yes, I know a lot of people would rather be in Kuwait because they want to be out in the town and they want to go party and go to clubs and stuff.
The
They
Westernization. Yeah.
they want to go flirt and whatnot. But I
But
mean,
really, as a single guy, it'd probably be easier to do the Iraq,
yeah,
whatever, to bank as much money as you can as soon as you can, right?
I mean, a lot of single guys, like I said, they want to flirt and they want to pick up girls and stuff, and that's fine for them. But like me, I'm a married guy, and I want to if I'm going to be away from my wife, I want to earn as much money as I
Hmm.
can, as fast as I can,
I agree.
and that extra 30% hazard pay is means all the world
Oh,
to me. So
30%. Okay. Steven's got a few good questions too there. About
let's
what
see.
would you done without the collection? Did you have any fears? And were the locals friendly?
Did you have any fears over there? Um, any fears? Not necessarily fears per se, because I mean, when I first deployed as a contractor, I mean, I had already been overseas, twice before as a soldier, so I already knew
Hmm.
what to expect being in a combat zone. So every time I deploy as a contractor, um, I already had that familiarity already. So um, locals. At
Was
least
it
with the
funny?
first time going over to Afghanistan as a civilian contractor, that was different because I'd never been to Afghanistan before. First time I ever went to Afghanistan was as a civilian contractor, and that was
Hmm.
in 2011. So I went to Afghanistan in January 2011. Now that was a culture shock. That was completely different. But I think Afghanistan, like I said, I think that was probably my best experience.
Hmm.
Uh, and I spent 3.5 years working in Afghanistan,
I don't think you hear that
and
a lot either about Afghanistan.
I liked Afghanistan a lot. Like I said, between Shindan and Herat, which is southwest Afghanistan, right in the Kandahar region. So that you have like I think of Kandahar as kind of like
Get the Google map.
Texas,
Texas? Okay.
and then I think of Bagram kind of like maybe Jersey, and then I think of like let's say Shank being kind of like maybe New York.
Interesting.
So I kind of think of like, that's kind of like, your bigger bases. Like
Oh,
Fob Shank, when I was there, that was like the naval base, and that was like Rocket City. So going there back in like 2014, that was different. Uh when you went there with all of the not just the Navy, not just the Navy guys, but like I said, I mean that got more attacked like crazy. Camp McCloskey had all of the Navy SEALs there,
oh.
and that was and trying to take, like, these 30-second Navy showers in the freaking middle of winter when it's, like, -30 degrees outside, and
So
you're
it does get
freezing and you're
wow.
freezing your freaking ass off, and you gotta sit there, wet your body, try and soap up your body, wet yourself, a little bit more shampoo, wet yourself, and like what? Because they're trying to conserve water, and they do that to limit, how much water they bring onto the compound.
Okay.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, I just want to sit there and soak up the burning hot water and enjoy the hot shower, so that when I go back out to this freaking freezing weather, I can just enjoy hot water for a little bit, but I can't even do that. But damn.
So at least the 30 seconds was hot water, I guess, in different parts. Not a lot, but I guess I was imagining when you said like a 30-second Navy shower, I'm like, and it's also probably cool or cold water too. But at least they did give you some hot water.
Oh, no, yeah,
Okay, 30 seconds
I mean,
worth, but
that's what they want you to do. When they say 30-second Navy shower, that's what they're talking about. They want you to turn on the water, wet your body. They want you to turn off the water, and then they want you to lather up. They want you to turn on the water, rinse yourself, turn the water off, put your shampoo in, rub
yeah,
it up, bam, turn on the water, clean yourself off, and then basically that be it. But
you're exaggerating, but not by much.
no, that's literally
30
what they
seconds.
want you to do.
Yeah,
But I mean, there are times I'm like, fuck it. Like I just want to sit there, turn on the water. I'll sit there for freaking like for like a minute or two, and then somebody would walk in, I turn off the water. But no, I mean, I'd walk in there and people would be sitting in those damn showers for like 10 minutes straight, just soak up. I'm like, dude, you guys not pay attention to those freaking rules?
did they not
I
get
mean,
yelled at?
oh no,
No,
people
nobody.
don't
This
say
one.
shit.
Okay, yeah.
Like I'd sit in there for like a minute and a half, and soak up some hot water. But these sons of bitches be sitting there for like 10, 20 minutes straight. And I'm like, I'm over here like worried about being called out for using the water for like 2 minutes straight. And these guys be sitting there for 10 minutes in a row. And I'm like, and I'm worried about me getting in trouble. But like these guys aren't even considerate about themselves.
No 30-second Navy showers for them.
Uh, but yeah.
So
But
locals are friendly. Do you have any fears?
yeah, I mean the locals are fine. Like to me, I mean, you got to realize, man. A lot of the local workers that are down on these bases, they've all been vetted, man.
Yeah.
The locals, they live on base with us. Uh, they live on the compound with us, and they're all good people. Hell, the local Afghan army live right alongside us.
Okay.
I mean, they're right there on the SF compounds with us too. So, um, it's they're hardworking, good people. So, never any issues with any of the local people, anything like that. Um, a lot of the people that we had were usually carpenters. So if we needed something built,
Okay. A lot of building and repairing, and yeah, yeah, because your
or
base is sometimes in the middle of nowhere, out of nothing. A lot of
yeah, and
construction probably always going on.
yeah, and I was supply, right? So like if I had if like one of the guys was a truck driver, so if I needed to go do turn-ins or something, and I needed to load up all of my supplies to go to the warehouse to drop off my supplies, I would get the forklift and load up his flatbed, and
Oh, yeah.
we'd make the runs to the SSA to do a SSA turn-in to drop supplies off at at the warehouse. So, um, that was always really helpful. So,
How was the food? Steven asked. That's a good
I
question.
mean,
Food and
we
drink.
had,
Any questions? Any problems? Or you get a lot of Americanized stuff shipped to you? Or
we just had regular, we just had the defect. Now, the only time we didn't have regular defect is in Syria. I mean, they did have their regular defect as well, but 99% of the time we didn't eat that junk. We just had the actual market, and they had like a lamb, these little lamb sandwiches or whatnot.
so in Syria, you're eating the local food.
Yeah,
When you say DFAC, does that stand for something?
dining facility.
Everything's got to be acronized or shortened. I assume it meant something. So usually in the bases in Afghanistan and stuff, you're just eating regular, I guess you'd say, lack of a better term, American food that they would cook or
Yeah,
whatever you prefer for
yeah.
you. And then occasionally you get somebody sending you care packages and stuff, maybe some zebra cakes, sneaking or whatever.
Pretty much.
Stephen had an older question that was pretty good. What if you'd never have started your figure collection? What would you have done with the money? Just save
It
it?
would it would probably be staying in a savings account, yeah. Otherwise, I would if it's sitting in the savings, or it would be focusing on this stuff over here.
At home. There's only so much you can do, though. I mean, I'm even when I started off my career, I was kind of like you, like, okay, I have to save and invest as much as I can. But like the point of having money is to use it. I mean, yeah, I want to use it when I'm older and I might need it for more health care or help or whatever. But you do have to spend it on stuff. For me, I'm
Well,
I'm running more into the what do I do with all this stuff? I'm trying to declutter, yet everybody keeps making resting figures and stuff
well,
that
now
I'm
that the house
interested
is
in.
paid off, like
Hmm.
recently, I got a bill from Jefferson. Was it Jeffersonton? I don't know what the hell my damn county's called. Jefferson Town. For like $4,000 plus Spring Mill just sent me a bill for like $400 for the for taxes.
Oh, the
And
property taxes, or yeah.
I just call it Jeffersonton. Jefferson. Ugh. How do I don't even know what the hell my own county's called. How pathetic is that? Jefferson. Ugh. Jefferson
Sounds
County.
sounds good.
Jeffersonton.
It's funny. So,
I call
so
I I called it Jeffersonton like 20 times.
Jeffersonton,
Jeffersonton.
Jeffersontonville City.
Jefferson. Jefferson County.
So Scott Hook said, and this is what I was thinking of a little bit when you were saying what was your job title over there. So he said Jesus is king. I'm going to get a little sacrilegious. It doesn't have to be
Mm.
atheist, but so you've heard of Bob Odenkirk? You know him. He's been in a few movies now. He was Better Call Saul. He was Nobody and
Yeah.
Nobody Too. Me and my friend, we were still young enough, but late at night we were surfing we didn't know what to do. We were surfing HBO, and we stumbled upon a show called Mr. Show with Bob and David. Have you ever heard of this show?
I don't think so.
Sketch show. The Bob is Bob Odenkirk. The David is David Cross. He's been in a few other stuff too, like what was the show on Fox with Jason Bateman? I didn't like it as much, but he played a big character on there.
Oh,
What was it called? At one point, he was blue. He was like the husband of I think his sister in that show. I didn't watch it enough. It got revitalized on Netflix. I didn't know that I liked it much. I think it was because like his father was getting arrested for some kind of real estate scam or something. They were like a real estate company. But he was in that show. But this was a sketch show, and they had some ludicrous stuff, and I'd never heard of them. And one of the things they like to do is they always had to have transitions between the sketches that were kind of natural. And later on, they kept saying how that was a terrible idea because it actually hampered their creativity. But the one that got us is we were just flipping through, and I think it was Bob Odenkirk playing a preacher, and he was saying, and Jesus said, "I am the light of the world." He might as well have said, "I am king shit of fuck mountain. Why would you mess with me?" And we're like, what the hell show is this? The preacher's cursing? We didn't realize it was a sketch show. And so what, like he said that Jesus is king, and I was thinking it'd be funny if your job title was king shit of fuck mountain. I always wanted that as my job title. Oh yeah, when I was in Afghanistan, I was king shit of fuck mountain engineer. Wouldn't that be a cool job title? But they hooked us when we heard that saying. We had to watch, and luckily it was a marathon because they're getting ready for a new season. So HBO's like, hey, watch all these old seasons of Mr. Show, a show I never heard of. It was amazing when we stumbled upon that, though. Great show, really funny. They had a lot of weird, bizarre stuff like that. King should have fucked mountain. I'm like, yeah,
that is awesome.
And he just said, "I'm the light of the world." It wasn't. I mean, it was one of his tamer things that Jesus said in the Bible, and then they take it to this completely other way, and you're like,
you know what?
Did he just say that?
I kind of feel like my wife may have shown me that show once before.
Oh, does she like it?
Is it?
She is your better half, then, as you like to say. You always joke that, right? You're
that cartoon, man. I feel like that cartoon may have she may have put that on for me once.
It's not animated though. It is live action.
It is?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I feel like
people have gone through there. They had Sarah Silverman before she was famous. She had played a few parts on there. Did you ever watch the TV show 24? I mean, this lady's probably stuff. But do you remember that like computer lady that would help out Jack Bauer later on? Like Mary Lynn Rashcub?
Yeah.
She was on there a few times. That was the first time I saw her. There's a lot of characters. He does a lot of voices. I'm trying to remember his name. Kenny something? He's done a lot of voices for other animated shows, ironically. A lot of different people on there. Have you ever watched Bob's Burgers? Speaking of animated?
I know of it. I hate it. I will not ever watch that crap. It looks so stupid.
Weirdly, so the guy who he played the voice of I think it's an Italian place across the street from Bob's Burgers. He played the voice of the owner of that. He was on this show, Jay Johnston or something like that. A lot of not super famous, but I mean, Bob Odenkirk's probably the most famous one now. Yeah. And even he only more recently with Better Call Saul, right, with Breaking Bad, and now Nobody and Nobody too. But no, it's just a great sketch show. Didn't last long enough because, like I said, I think it was hard coming up with that material and then getting the scenes to go from one to the other. Really funny stuff, though. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I might fall asleep to that tonight on HBO Max. I think it's on HBO Max if you subscribe.
Cool.
I think they own it. So you ready to stop at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever?
Yeah, I think we're about to call it a night.
No, you got to go for 49 more minutes, right? Because you got to go even number. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're past 10 o'clock, and
dude, though, we need to see about a watch along. It doesn't have to be with me, but man, I think that would be fun.
And my phone's at 11%, so I got to get this sucker charged anyways. So
my tablet's at 84%. I can keep going. Let's go. I'm just kidding.
How the hell is my phone at 11%?
So I've had the tablet plugged in the whole time. How did I lose 16% of my battery?
Have you guys watched the latest season? I tried watching that. My wife and we watched the first episode and we gave up on it.
Did you like the original King of the Hill?
Yeah.
So is it not as good?
I don't know. I just I watched the first episode of the new season of the remake, and I just couldn't get into it. Maybe because everybody's grown up and it just looks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, I didn't like the original King of the Hill that much, so it's not for me. But I have rewatched. I think Futurama's come back 7 or 8 times now. And each time I still watch it, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of enjoyable. But I never got into King of the Hill. It was, I don't know, just wasn't for me, so I haven't checked it out.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, my phone just hit 10%, and
so you got 10 more percent.
Yeah.
Well, it'll start shutting down at what, like 1 or 2% or 3%. Eventually, if it's safety, it'll turn off.
It starts at about 7%. I need to get it on the charger because.
Makes sense.
But we've gone like what, 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Yep.
Shoot.
We have to think about. We'll have to think about how to do that watch along. Try it again. If we can't do it on YouTube.
Yep. Hey, husband. Apparently, we have an awesome show going.
Yeah. How about that? Nothing wrong with two guys who love each other. Okay. What the hell do I care? See, that's what's so funny. It's still. I remember as a kid, we say everything was gay, and we thought we were cool. It's still calling people gay is the go-to, right? I don't know. You're gay. Oh, good one. Oh, yeah, that's original. Good thinking.
That is so
Isn't
good,
that
man.
funny that at every generation it's always, you're gay. The frog's gay. The tree's gay. Oh, okay, it's gay. I'm happy too. Or if you're in Britain, I think fag, right? That's a bundle of sticks or a cigarette. I don't know.
Like,
We have to do it. So Saturday's the next stream. I think
yeah.
Bum has a stream tomorrow. I don't know if he's still on. I was going to try to watch that. I enjoy these kinds of things if I can get to it.
Oh yeah.
I
I
like
tune on.
Eastern Zone types. It seems like 6 o'clock is so early for me, but I try to make a point of it. It's like a appointment viewing or something. But yeah, we should think about that. How can we do a watch along? I guess not YouTube if you got slammed for it. I don't know what the key is, but I have to think about it.
The only difficult thing is because the wife knows when I have my live streams going, she breaks the chains, allows me to get away, so to speak. But when someone else is on the live stream, like yesterday, it was nice that she actually turned on the TV and let me watch Bum Shadows on the big screen yesterday, which was really cool.
Yeah, nice.
So, but I'm gonna definitely try my best to kind of have his show on like the big screen, so I could like watch his stuff and kind of have like my cell phone in the background as well, so I can actually type in messages and respond to them as well. So
I like to interact too.
But that's my goal, to be able to tune into like all of his live streams as well. But
I think that'd be cool. Okay, so Saturday, me again.
Sounds like a plan.
2 shows in a row. Watch out.
I'm gonna have the pizza and the spaghetti growing.
Yeah, you have to let me know what should I cook. Got some frozen vegetables. I'll microwave some frozen vegetables. Maybe make something on the stove. I like quick meals. Maybe show me putting together a sandwich. That's always interesting, isn't it? Then I put the bread, and then I put the cheese, and maybe a little mayo. Or what do you like? You want some mustard, some ketchup? Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Now I'm
Sounds
hungry.
good.
Thanks.
Hey, my wife and I, we ordered some McAllister's sandwiches today.
They are what now? What do you get from? I don't want to keep you talking, but McAllister's, yeah, they moved in here. They're actually probably the best deli here local too. If it's the same one, it's a deli place, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So
First time I think it's the first time we ever had their sandwiches.
They're kind of pricey, but they're kind of worth it. Every time I get one, it seems like there's a lot of meat on them. Some deli shops don't give you the same amount of meat that our McAllister's does, at least.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Just regular ham and cheese with salami.
I always get the Reuben. Or I think they have another one that's like close to like a New Yorker or something like that.
Yeah.
I like the pastrami, corned beef mixed together kind of stuff. And my nephew loves to get because frequently we'll go there. They used to have a Cubano, I think. I don't know if that was a seasonal. He used to get that a lot. But yeah, it's pretty good. I like sandwiches. Deli
Pretty
sandwiches.
badass. But I'll definitely have some more topics of discussion for Saturday. And until then.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll talk to you guys all then on Saturday.
Have a good night.
Take care, everybody.